going to get a little.
Well, usually your instincts are right.
Yeah.
We're good.
Are we good?
Yes.
Bing bong.
Like I said, if you wanted to go no video today, though, today would be the day to do that. As it is a victory Thursday. I got to tell you, though, I mean, I'm super glad. I'm super glad. Christ. I'm super glad that the Kings won last night. No.
Here we go.
I'm good with it. It's fine. No, just Toronto's annoying. I'm glad we're done with them.
Oh, okay.
That's all. I'm glad we're done with them. Like, hey, Toronto, stop.
Yeah, stop doing Toronto things.
Also, my wife said to me last night that Grady Dick looks like Jeffrey Dahmer, and I can't get it out of my head. Like, we did the side-by-side comparison and everything. It's not perfect.
How close?
It's not perfect because you have to put the glasses on old GD. But, like, here's Dahmer. Here's Grady. Like, he looks like a young, yeah. Which, I mean, whatever.
Want a fun Toronto-Sacramento fact?
Yeah, I always would like one.
We've got the same accent.
Sacramento and Toronto have the same. Okay,
well, Northern California and Toronto.
Really?
Yeah.
First off, we have accents.
Mm-hmm.
We do. Well, I know we do to like England people, but I just figured that was an American accent.
No.
But we have an accent to like people in Texas or New York.
Do you think we sound like people from Texas and New York?
No, I feel like, but here's
they have accents.
They have accents.
We talk normal.
Yeah, I feel like we talk like if you went to Colorado or Oregon or Washington or Florida. Do Florida people? I mean, some people in
Florida people. Yeah.
We sound the exact same as Louisiana.
Well, how do you say Toronto?
Toronto.
See?
Toronno.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't say Toronto.
Which is how a lot of people say it, except for people in Toronto and Northern California, like we say Sacramento.
Yeah, because there is no T in Sacramento. That is true. It's Sacramento.
There was one last night. Malik got it.
You got the T? Oh,
hello.
I did. Hi.
That was an interesting, if they would have missed that and won and got the pizza.
Yeah, I was ready to write about that for Kings Rewind. That was your thoughts, Dave.
Huh.
Miss twice, get a slice, right? We know what that means. First, you get fouled, you miss the first, everybody gets excited. Well, they missed the technical. So, and I think that was Barrett that took the technical foul.
Okay.
Yes.
Now he goes out. I forget who did the and one.
I think it was Davion.
I think you're right. So Davion slides in to shoot the and one, and they're like, miss twice, get a slice. I'm like, I'm not going to tell anybody they shouldn't get pizza, but should they get pizza?
I got to be honest with you.
No, he made it, so we're good. Right. But I was like,
But Malik would have been a hero if that would have happened.
Yeah.
Of course, because you know why?
He's a pizza guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he would have caused people to get pizza, but from not the pizza guys.
Ooh, conflict.
Mm-hmm. That's why he did it.
Yeah.
That's why he did it.
Yeah.
I'm with you. I'm all for the people getting free pizza.
Yeah.
But by the letter of the law, if we're calling balls and strikes, I got to say, thumbs down.
And you are the judge.
I am the judge today.
Yeah.
What happened? What happened yesterday? You and I talked. What did we talk about? I don't remember.
My wife ran into someone that said they knew you.
Oh, yeah. Your wife ran into somebody that said they knew me, and then you gave me the name, and I don't recognize the name.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean I don't know them.
Yeah.
I'm the worst at that. I'm the worst at remembering names and people. I'm the worst because
his name was Christopher Lott.
Right. I'm the guy that, you know, and then you get to the point where like you've seen them a bunch of times and you've like talked to them a few times.
Get their name.
You
then.
can't. Hey, what was your name again?
Yeah.
And then it just piles up and and you just.
I'm your father.
And then right.
Know what the key is to that?
Hoping that they introduce themselves to somebody.
You have to bring someone that they have to introduce themselves to.
But what was your name?
But then
so you go like, so it's like all of us somewhere, and I can't remember this, but it's like, oh, Dave, this is Carmichael Dave.
But the problem is I've done that. I literally have been in that spot before where I've done that. And there's this weird, awkward pause because I'm not introducing them. I've tried that way before where I don't introduce them and wait for them to introduce each other. And then finally the person, I can't remember their name, like, oh, hey, I'm Bill, and I feel rude. And then there's the other one where, let's say I can't remember your name, Chris, and I'm like, Jason, I want you to meet my friend. And then you're like, yeah. And then like, he's waiting for me to, and then what am I supposed to go? Friend, Jason,
Right.
Jason guy, I can't remember his name.
So I don't know if
That's what you have to bring them into them and say, hey, this is Jason. And then hopefully Jason says,
right,
hi, I'm Jason.
Right. And then the other guy goes, I'm Fred.
Yeah, but I hope you have that. Like I have that code, and my wife and I both have it. It's like if we get to that point, then I'm supposed to know, like, oh, I'm Jason. I'm sorry, what was your name? So I'm helping out. I'm playing the assist. So she doesn't know
if
your name.
Your wife doesn't remember the name,
or me. So
you.
it's whoever. Like, I would. So let's say I walk up on you and I can't remember your name, and she's with me, and I'll say, oh, this is my wife, and she'll go, hi. And then, I'm sorry, what was your name? And then
she'll say that.
She
says that.
It's on her.
Right.
So then that way I go, oh yeah, I'm sorry, this is Dave. Of course, after you say I'm Dave, I go, yeah, this is Dave. I met, we go way back because of whatever. Okay. Then you try to fill in the pieces, but it's on her to do it, or on me if she doesn't know the name.
I like that because that actually opens up a second bit where I do that, and then my wife jumps in and goes, hey, what was your name again? Oh, hey, I'm Melissa. And then I go, Melissa, that's Jason. I told you that.
Yeah.
You don't remember his name?
Yeah, duh.
Idiot.
I don't know where I found her.
Wow. Sorry, Jason. That's my wife's really rude. I apologize.
Yeah.
So there's that. We talked about that. Don't know the guy. What else? Tomorrow's Gus the Bus Vet Day. We'll keep you posted on that. Keep a live Twitter. Yeah, exactly. We're all.
Oh, I know what else happened when we talked yesterday. Do you remember when I called you? What were you in the middle of doing? Massive two spots in the house cleanup from doggos.
Right in the middle of, like, I don't. Okay,
Do they never go outside?
No, they do a lot. The problem is, I think here's the issue. We've pretty much figured out. So we have, when you come down our stairs, I don't know what you call it. You come down the first set of stairs, and there's like this little square.
The first set of stairs? Are you talking about this wing of the house?
Chris, there's so much house. It's hard to keep track of.
There's like the stairs that go down, and then there's this little like square carpeted area, and then it turns, and there's like two steps. It's not like
the landing.
Is that what it's called? The landing. It's like, okay, upstairs, and then it's like carpeted. These are like
which wing of the
these
house?
are very middle class stairs. Okay, they're carpeted. They're not marble. Carpet's kind of flinging off.
And one hell of a model of America.
So there's like 10 steps that go down into this like square carpeted area, tiny little square, not tiny, but and then the steps take a left, and you have 2 more steps down.
It's where you'd start, or where the slinky would end.
Yes.
Or where you'd start the slinky on the second part.
Yes. It's the slinky ending area.
Yeah.
So the amount
kids.
The amount of times that I've come downstairs where like because we have a little shoe thing by the stairs for the kids and everybody. You take your shoes off, and then you go upstairs, shoes upstairs. And we don't allow shoes upstairs in my household. And the amount of times I've come down in the morning and just stepped right in a puddle of pee. And here's what we think. Nacho, I don't think she can control it well.
Okay.
And that's her spot. And we tried to like spray. And so what I think is going on is that Gus and Gracie are like, sniff. Oh, it's poop time. And so yesterday when I was on the phone with you, there was a giant pile on the mat where I step out of the shower in our bathroom. And then I clean it up. I go downstairs, and in the downstairs bathroom, there's another mat by that shower. And there was this thing was just, there's a lot going on there. Like it was different textures, colors.
That's 2 for you.
Big pile. And I got to clean that up. And then I was cleaning it up. And sorry, it's too early, guys. I apologize here. But if your finger accidentally pokes through on the wipe and you're like, well, I picked it up to go put it in the toilet. And like the edge of my pinky touched matter. And so I'm sitting there on the phone with you, like washing my hand.
Not Master P, Master Poo.
Master Poo. Yeah, hey, Master P was there.
Yeah. So too, at the same time, you're like, I'm cleaning up. Oh man, and I'm like, what? More. You're like, there's another one. Right. I'm like, what?
I actually said this to Melissa last night because, oh, and by the way, my wife fell asleep as she normally does on the couch downstairs with the 2 dogs piled on her while she falls asleep watching TV. It's always the same conversation every day. Sorry, I fell asleep downstairs. I really need to sleep upstairs. The couch is bad for my back. Literally 5 out of 7 nights a week. She watches child murder, fiance UK 30-day child murder, whatever the reality
series.
Right. And then it's always kids being murdered. That's just, and then there's an accompanying podcast. It's just, that's what they do.
Yeah.
By they, I mean every woman in my life. So she falls asleep watching these shows. Well, I come downstairs. She goes upstairs with the dogs. I go upstairs, take a shower before I leave here. I go over to my sock drawer to get socks. One of the dogs puked right on my side of the bed. And I talked to her last night. I was like, look, I love our dogs. They're part of the family. I really do. But shut up, Chris. But you pretty much, if you have 3 dogs and they're small dogs, you've pretty much committed that you have doghouse. No matter how clean you try to get the house, there's always going to be dog hair. There's always going to be a hidden turd somewhere. There's always going to be a pile of pee. It's just, I almost wish we could, if I was rich, I would build a separate wing, and that would be dog wing.
Yeah. Never, I don't know, never a thought of outside dogs.
Those ones can't be outside.
I don't think you can have outside dogs anymore.
Is that true? What?
I mean, you can, but you're a jerk, right?
I feel I grew up, I had a couple outside dogs.
That's what we did.
That's what I did growing up. You're right. But then
my cousins had a dog that I didn't even know existed.
Where is it? Outside, somewhere out there.
Watch, because I remember watch out for the dog. You don't have a dog. Oh, there's a dog in the backyard.
I know we had a break, but do you remember? It was probably when we were all kids or shortly thereafter. There used to be a commercial, and it was like a dog chained up to a pole, and it was wintertime, and it was snowing, and it was like, the dog needs to be warm. Remember to let him in, or something. It was something where it was basically don't
leave.
Is that
for where the red fern grows?
Yeah, pretty much, dude. Yeah, so we just basically got to wait. Thanks a lot. There's one guy on here. Jesus Christ, Dave, potty train your dog. Thank you. Thanks. No.
Oh, you hadn't thought of it?
I had not thought of that at all. I have dogs, and they don't. I'm really happy for you. I'm super happy for you. My kids are probably better trained than yours. But I'm not going to say that. What are we doing? The dogs have been potty trained very early. Obviously, they're untraining themselves. So I think it's the old dog that's giving the other dogs the thing. Because we let the dogs out. They've got not to mention Frenchies.
Yeah.
They just randomly puke.
Chris, any audio from the Frenchies?
This seems like a good place to relieve myself. He will not see this coming.
We'll take a break when we come back.
Or he
will. Pick it up. The Kings win. Do a little basketball. Big games last night, and we've still got an undefeated Jason Ross. Let's check in on the NBA. It's an NBA themed leading off next.
Did you miss any part of our live local shows? Don't worry, you never have to miss them again. Check out sacktownsports.com and search our podcast page and play our shows when you want. The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and the Drive Guys. Plus, other podcasts like Return of the Empire, Return of the Roar, the Stingers Up podcast, and Golf to Go with Frank LaRosa.
They're all available right now on sacktownsports.com. At the UPS store, we know being a small business owner means holiday time is still go time. Still get those orders shipped time. And still re-up on stamps and supplies time. That's why this upcoming holiday, while others close up shop, we'll be open. And happy to help you keep being unstoppable. Come into your local store today. Most locations are independently owned. Product, services, pricing, and hours of operation may vary. See Center for details. The UPS store. Be unstoppable.
Still getting around to that fix on your car? You got this. On eBay, you'll find millions of parts guaranteed to fit. Doesn't matter if it's a major engine repair or your first time swapping your windshield wipers. eBay has that part you need, ready to click perfectly into place for changes big and small. Loud or quiet, find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. But you already know that. eBay. Things, people, love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Lake Honda Hotline, Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Let's do it. Leading off, the 3 top stories in the morning.
Huge news. This is very important.
Here's cut number 1.
He would finish with a game-high 27. And the Sacramento Kings win 122-107 on the backs of a 33-14 fourth quarter. James.
Yes. Mike Brown loved the fourth quarter defense after giving up 39 in that third. And you're right about Toronto. They're kind of pests. I was like, Kings are going to win this game. Kings are going to win. Wait, why are they losing by 9? Why are they still down 6? What is going on? Are they going to win this game? And then they had that brilliant fourth quarter and kind of went away with it, which was good. But Toronto proved to be tough.
Yeah, look, styles make fights.
Yeah.
Styles Watkins, by the way, middays right here.
Shout out.
Styles make fights. And I acknowledge that, again, like the Pelicans last year. The Pelicans were not the best team in the NBA, but they were the Kings.
Yeah.
And Toronto may just be one of those teams where apparently Grady Dick becomes Larry Bird.
Yeah, and Boucher does nothing but play well against the Kings. Yeah. How weird for them, by the way. It's weird the Kings have already played Toronto twice, so they're done with them through 8 games. Toronto, in 9 games, has played Denver and the Kings 4 times.
Yeah, that is weird.
They're done with both the Kings and the
That's
Nuggets.
It's over for them. I really love the fact that it was the defense that brought them back in this game. They turned up the defensive intensity. Just to give you an update, by the way, Jason, last night the Kings, as you know, were 28 of 32 from the line. That is 87.5%. That extends their NBA league lead in free throws. Let me just give you an idea, free throw percentage. Boston is second at 82.1. Right,
very good.
Right behind them, Washington at 82. Then you've got 2 teams at 81, 4, 81. Anyways, they're all kind of bunched together. The Sacramento Kings are exactly 2 percentage points ahead of second place. They are at 84.1%. How'd they do last year? 74.6.
Which was the worst.
They are almost a full 10% better. And it's not just that they're 10% better. It's that they are getting quite a bit of attempts.
Yes.
It's on volume. So.
And I would say one player changed it. That's DeMar DeRozan.
Yes.
But the other guys are also shooting it much better than they were last year.
If this were to sustain, and it almost certainly will not, at least at this level. I'm not saying they can't be best in the league. I'm just saying that'd be pretty insane. But if they're sitting at number 1 in percentage, and they're currently right now, they are 7th in the NBA in free throw attempts.
I was surprised that it's that low.
Yeah, I think it's because there was those couple of games where they didn't get that many. Yeah. Great analogy. Great analysis. But I'll tell you this. They're averaging exactly 26 free throws a game. And last year they averaged 20.8.
Yeah.
So here's my question. If we do it the other way, then so we have to acknowledge that, right? We have to acknowledge that the refs are favoring the Kings and we're getting all the calls now. That's how it works, right?
Where do we blame things when it doesn't go well?
I don't know, but we're obviously the darlings of the NBA. We're getting to the line.
Is it weird to think, the Kings won because they weren't shooting well, but they were able to get the free throw line and make their shots.
Yeah, it is weird to think that.
And to hear maybe other teams post game, well, if you look at the officiating and the calls, I'm okay with that.
Is it the reverse now where like other teams, kind of like what you're alluding to, like their fans like, Sacramento gets all the calls, dude.
Sacramento's in the ref's pockets.
Right.
They got star power, 3 stars. They get all the calls.
This is where it's terrible because we've dealt with that for so long that I would be that obnoxious fan where if we did get the reputation where like we get all the calls and it was like clearly we are getting all the calls, what you should do is be like, you know what? If it's not fair for the other team, it's not fair for us. I don't like that. No, I will 100% be like, getting payback.
We deserve this.
We deserve this. We'll take it. 2002, baby. Which is 100% what you should do. So the Kings win. The Kings are now firmly entrenched, not in the play-in, but in the playoffs, Jason Ross.
Yeah.
As they sit at 5-3. They are the 6th seed and really tied for the 4th seed.
Yeah, let's go.
With Houston and Dallas, both in Texas, by the way. So we will talk about that. We've got your audio rewind next. We've got the Kings Rewind, the hit segment, Kings Rewind, with soon to be brought to you by Great Clips, perhaps Sport Clips. Perhaps a conversation I had with the place Christopher Laud goes to last night with their owner, who very much likes the idea. Perhaps the owner heard from a friend who heard Chris say that and then called me last night, and we had a conversation about that. So
perhaps.
Also, which means perhaps none of that happened. I totally made it up, but it happened. We'll see.
If we manifest it.
Well, now all sales has to do is close the deal. Shut up, Chris.
Oh, the studio audience thought that was funny.
Cut number 2, please.
Cut number 2.
Do you think he really said that? Like he made the shot, falls, he rolls over on the seat of his pants, he looks up at Seamus, he goes, "Hey, I'll go to the line for an and one." They go, "You got it, Don."
I mean, I don't think anybody would lie about that.
No. Big week for Don
I don't
Mitchell.
think anybody would make their own assessment.
No.
Upper deck, we're looking at that.
Upper Decker?
The Upper Decker.
The Cleveland Cavaliers, Jason, are 9-0.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Kings Cavs final. I've been saying it all morning.
Yeah, you have. 9-0. And we
the league would hate that.
Huh?
The league would hate it.
They would. Oh my God, Sacramento versus Cleveland would be somebody.
Like, you know what? We'll not do it this year.
No. Well, they did just sign the TV deal though, so maybe if it's going to happen, it can happen this year. Okay. If it was Cleveland, and if Cleveland and Sacramento looked like they were hitting the finals, someone's getting Kerrigan at some point. Silvers.
That's why we're getting all the calls.
And over in the West, the Suns, Thunder, and Warriors are a combined 21-3, 3-way tie at the top at 7-1. And the Warriors went into Boston and got a W yesterday. And we, unfortunately, are going to need to mention that. I was told the dynasty ended last year at Golden One Center.
Yeah, I thought the Kings ended that.
That's what I was told. I am very upset. We'll take a break. When we come back, how about an audio rewind? The Kings win. Kings win. The Kings win, and we've got your audio coming up next.
The Beam Team plays here.
How many times I seen that beam lit up when I was chilling at home? What's the significance of pushing this button? You know, like I said, when it solves off.
We live and breathe Sacramento Kings basketball.
Live and local with the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and the Drive Guys.
This is your home for the Sacramento Kings. Sacktown Sports 1140.
Welcome back to another exciting game day. Grab your rally towels, throw on your jerseys, cheer, shout, and save on your gas. That's right, sports fans win big on home game days. Score instant savings of 25 cents per gallon on Shell V-Power Nitro Plus Premium Gasoline with the Fuel Rewards program. And that's a victory for you and your tailgate team. Download the app, join the Fuel Rewards program today, and game on. Restrictions apply. Limited time. And participating Shell stations. For more details, visit fuelrewards.com.
Facts are facts, and the facts show that for eliminating hip, knee, back, leg, and foot pain, it's the Good Feet personalized arch support system, clinically proven to provide significant pain relief in only 4 weeks. Good Feet arch supports are designed to help put your feet and whole body back in pain-relieved proper alignment. Good Feet arch supports are HSA and FSA eligible. Book your free fitting at Good Feet in Sacramento, Roseville, and Vacaville.
O'Reilly. Check engine light on? Take the guesswork out of your check engine light with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free and provides a report with solutions based on over 650 million vehicle scans verified by ASE certified master technicians. And if you need help, we can recommend a shop for you. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Nina, Jorge, let's bring the nail gun over here.
Jose stands tall atop his sustainable flooring company.
Totally. It's renewable and moisture resistant, but we have several green options too. Or we got some beautiful reclaimed oak.
But floored by his success, he needs to hire more installers.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Put our matching platform to work so you can spend less time searching and more time connecting with talented candidates. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Model year-end pricing is back at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
During the model year-end event, lower interest rates at Folsom Lake Honda make lower payments. It's no wonder why Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop. Come in today or check out our entire inventory online at folsomlakehonda.com.
Get an instant cash offer for your trade at folsomlakehonda.com. We'll buy your car whether you buy from us or not. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop.
Folsom Lake Honda.
Go to folsomlakehonda.com.
Your one-stop Honda shop.
When an overwhelmed injury victim calls Ashton or Price, we immediately remove their legal burden and introduce them to the very best medical care in the region. They focus on their health and we handle all the rest. When they reach the end of their medical journey and are reunited with happiness and hope, we unleash our decades of legal experience to obtain maximum compensation. We are real, local, experienced litigators and snappy dressers too. Consultation's free and there's never a fee until we win.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
It's time for the Sacktown Sports live events calendar, the hottest live events lineup just for you. Kicking things off for comedy fans, don't miss David Spade bringing his sharp wit to Hard Rock Live Sacramento on November 22nd, followed by the hilarious Russell Peters lighting up the stage the next night, November 23rd. Then get ready to feel those good vibrations with the legendary Beach Boys on November 24th at Hard Rock Live. And for classic rock lovers, the Black Crowes are rocking the same stage November 30th. All of these are brought to you by our friends at Live Nation. The original Jersey Boys, Midtown Men, are bringing their holiday show to Thunder Valley on December 8th. Then kicking off the year in style, country stars Dylan Scott and Jackson Dean are hitting Thunder Valley on January 10th. And the one and only Bill Engvall will be there too, cracking up the crowd on January 11th. Don't miss these incredible events coming your way, and stay tuned for more info. To get details, head to sacktownsports.com.
The year was 1948. The Sacramento Symphony was founded. Harry Truman was president. Jerry Mathers from Leave It to Beaver was born. And Walter Keyes opened his first Naturewood home furnishing store 76 years ago on 25th and Broadway. Hi, I'm Frank LaRosa with Golf to Go. All those many years ago, the Keyes family promised integrity and quality in serving families just like yours and mine. Near as I can tell, Walter would have been pretty proud to know that those same values are evident today at Naturewood Home Furnishings. The Naturewood team takes great pride and significant effort to offer Northern California families a vast selection of home furnishings. Furnishings that not only last for generations, but also lead to everlasting memories of cherished times. Visit Naturewood Home Furnishings now during their Veterans Day Save the Tax sale and get started making your own brand of memories. The Keyes family would love to hear them. Naturewood Home Furnishings off Highway 50 at Hazel. Look for the water wheel.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
On Sacktown Sports.
Hey, Chris, the chatters who are a couple of them believe I don't care about them anymore. Needy Ryan's in the chat. Being needy. You don't care about us anymore. Sorry. Good morning. They and to prove how much I don't care about them, apparently they couldn't hear the audio clips. I don't know if I know there's some special mix minus. That's always what I go to. It's got to be. It's the mix minus. No idea what that means, but I've heard it before. It's a mix minus. You got to fix the mix minus. I will now wait for Ryan to give us a 3-page thesis.
Yeah, no, it's a bad thing. I've been doing this for a very long time.
Yeah.
Not confident I know what a plus minus is.
No, or a mix minus.
Yeah. Mix minus. I know what a plus minus is.
Yeah, I know what a plus. Yeah, mix minus, not my favorite stat. No. It's not accurate. Yeah, I don't know. I just hear that. Like,
fix my mix minus.
Yeah, can you fix my mix minus?
Yeah, I know what that means, what the phrasing means, what it actually means technically. Yeah,
I want to see if Needy Ryan can avoid. I guarantee you he is typing right now if he's listening. What a mix. I want to see, Ryan, I want to challenge you to not explain what a mix minus is. Don't explain it.
Stop myself.
Do you remember Who Framed Roger Rabbit? Remember when the judge did the shave and a haircut to get him out of the wall? That's what Ryan's dealing with right now. Welcome in. Good morning, chatters. Yes, I do love them. Thank you for the text as well about the audio. As always, help us out if we're not serving you correctly. We will get that fixed, hopefully, because we're doing King's audio. So this is going to be one of two things for our chat line. It's either going to be a King's audio rewind here, and don't forget King's rewind.
Yeah,
not to be confused. Coming up at 7, or it's going to be just us breathing. Oh. All right, let's try it out, and junior program directors, let me know if you can hear this. How about Keegan Murray?
Keegan
Murray hitting a 3 ball. Why not? Let's do this.
Cross-court feed goes to Keegan Murray. Now to Sabonis, right back to Keegan. He turns, fires for 3. He's 3 for 3, and he's got 8 points. And that ties the score at 16 apiece.
Did you guys hear it?
I did.
I heard it. Bobby Boucher doing way too well against us, and I don't like it whatsoever.
Bobo on the right angle with a dribble handoff to R.J. Barrett.
I don't know why. Why did G-Man just sound like how you and I talk sometimes? He goes, sound like he was sort of annoyed with what was going on.
Bobo on the right angle with a dribble handoff to R.J. Barrett. Barrett now drives to his left, feeds a pass inside. Here comes a baseline run to the rack and an easy score thrown down by Boucher.
Needy Ryan with the question. So do you or do you not want me to explain it? No, I made that very clear. I made a whole bit out of it. Don't explain it. I do not want you to explain what a mix minus is. I want to see if you can do it. You can do it.
He wants to.
He wants to so badly explain it.
Give me the green light.
I guarantee you if YouTube had a PowerPoint function,
we'd be on it
right now. Okay, you guys heard it. Okay, great. Then we're good. We're good, and we're good. Yeah, Tom in the chat, too. Did you notice? Well, no, you were doing radio. Mark Jones completely blew up Davion Mitchell's Chinese food spot. Like, even though he's like, Davion enjoyed some Chinese food at, Fred Smith's Cafe or what. That was not the name of it, but whatever. Yeah, blew him up. Shouted out which I'm sure the restaurant's fine with that.
Yeah.
Now Davion's got to find a new spot.
I want another restaurant. Well, they're not coming back anytime soon.
That's a great point right there.
Yeah.
But next year, staking it out if you're a Davion fan. Just sit there with your egg foo young and your peanut chicken.
What do you don't know what the
young guy?
Yeah,
you don't know what the restaurant was.
I don't. I'll text Mark. I guarantee. It's so funny how Mark like how does that even like?
I know.
Hey, how you doing? Hey, eat anywhere today? Where'd you eat at? Okay, good.
I was in the sauna with Davion's masseuse, and they told me while working on his hamstring, I'm like, wait, what? Yeah, I was at the DMV. And it's like Mark always has these amazing tales of where he's,
I was playing Call of Duty with Davion's nephews the other day.
It was at the return line at Costco. Wait, what?
Right. Mark is everywhere.
Yeah.
That would be a great bit if we had the budget. Just like Mark Jones popping up in random spots, just learning things.
I was at Pizza and Pipes.
Kevin Herter made his return, and he scored.
Kicks it out now to Fox, swings it. Keegan's open. Left wing 3. Heel the rim, no good. Offensive rebound, Herter. Back out to Fox. Reloads. Short, no good. Keegan Murray, offensive rebound to Herter. Up fake for three. Hesitates, drives inside, reaches with the left hand and scores. 82-81. If you don't succeed that first time, try a second, then a third, then a fourth.
I was at Kevin Herter's doctor, and I knew.
Right. You know, he prefers balsa wood for his tongue depressors. I thought about that. He said that's what Larry Bird used to do as well.
Yeah, so I knew it was going to be a good night, and I knew he'd be back.
Speaking of Kevin Herter, he returned and he scored. You know what else he did? He returned and he passed. Yeah, he did.
Sabonis now at the top of the circle. 2 dribbles. Drops it off his hip. Herter has it. Great return pass to Sabonis for a 2-hand flush. Super assist right there from Kevin Herter. Kings within 1 at 86-85. Minute 37 and counting in this third quarter.
I
heard it
on the show chat line last night. I believe it was Chris said at one point is the best Sabonis chant of the season.
Yeah.
Very good.
Easily.
That was a pretty
good
one.
It was and one plus a timeout, so the entire time.
I haven't been watching the starting 5 Netflixy thing at all. Has the chant made the Netflix show?
I have not seen it.
I did.
Well, I'm happy to report.
Yeah.
I also have not seen it.
Well, then we're not supporting because one of my guys in England yesterday sent me. He said, "I'm in the middle of watching Starting 5 on Netflix. Shout out Sacktown Sports," and it's a screenshot of Kyle and Whitey.
Okay.
And there's captions and all that. So obviously there were something. Either they pulled it off of YouTube or captions. And of course, instinctively, the first thing I thought when I saw that was, why didn't we get in there?
Right.
What's that all about?
I kind of want to just see the starting 1 though. I just want to see his parts.
You know what would be great is if you could have like those choose your own adventure books.
Bench the other 4.
Yeah, like you have options where you could just watch individual part. Like it cuts everyone out. The Sabonis version.
Yeah.
I just want to watch the Sabonis. I don't care about Jaylen Brown and LeBron James and Anthony Edwards and maybe a little about Jimmy Butler just because it's entertaining.
Yeah.
But I just want to watch Sabonis. I'm with you. Speaking of Sabonis, how about the Sabonis tip in?
Keegan has it, gets in the paint, the pop-up 7-footer, no good. Tipped in by Sabonis. There's the triple-double.
This is
15 points, 10 rebounds, 12 assists. Triple-double number 3 on the season for Domas, number 61 in his career.
It would continue because the timeout was.
The
other one sounded pretty good.
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
Domantas Sabonis did something yesterday that no player in NBA history has done.
Yeah.
He threw a perfect game. He threw a perfect game with a triple-double. Hey, I'm sorry, dude. If that was your stat later, brother, that's gonna get said.
No, it's one of those like, I just kind of wish he goes through this without.
Yeah, no chance. That we're gonna say that a few times today. No misses, no turnovers, no misses at the line, no misses from beyond the. He was perfect last night.
That was funny. So we did a little research after the game. So it was like, okay, that sounds like a very specific stat. I feel like because they added turnovers, is that the difference? It actually wasn't. Jokic had like a 20-20 whatever or triple-double.
Yeah.
No turnovers, but he was like 10 of 11 from the line.
Which would you rather have, Jason? Would you rather have Sabonis's line, or would you rather have a player that went 6 of 11 for 17 points, 3 boards, 4 assists, and a steal?
Wait, say it again.
17 points, 3 boards, 4 assists, and a steal with 1 turnover on 6 of 11.
Or the triple-double on perfect with no turnovers?
Yeah, would you?
Give me the triple-double.
Wow. Shots at Tyrese Halliburton's game last night.
Kings won the trade?
I think the Kings 100% won the trade.
Dork.
DeMar DeRozan and the Sacramento Kings had a wonderful fourth quarter, and DeMar DeRozan was also part of something that's never been done in NBA history, which I might leave that one for Chris a little bit later. Here he is scoring baskets.
2.5 plus to go. DeRozan drives right side of the lane, a little floater, add 2 more to his tally. 11 for 21 from the field, 27 points. Darko Rajakovic taking a timeout. 2:32 to play. It's 120-105. Sacramento by 15.
Kings do it with defense, and I absolutely love that. Coming up a little bit later, when we're talking about this ball game from last night, I do have a question though. There is a little tickle in the back of my head about these wins. And I think it's a fair question. You know what? I'm going to ask you the question right now, and then that will give you plenty of time, not that you need it, to ruminate. Did you go to Temple Coffee this morning?
Not this morning. My wife did yesterday and brought me a hot chocolate yesterday that I did not consume, but here it is today.
You warmed it up?
Yeah.
Hey.
It's really good.
No, it is really good. Warmed up.
Is this a good place?
I've gone there. It's downtown. I've gone there a couple times.
I mean, it's pretty well known in Sacramento.
Is it?
It's right by my
There's
house.
a few of them around.
Oh, are there? Okay.
It's walking.
Is that one of those things like chili where it's better the next day?
It's pretty darn good.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty.
I don't think I've ever had hot chocolate the next day.
I don't think I have.
It's the first time.
Well, good for you for not wasting it. 122-107 is the final. Here's my question, and we'll get to it at some point. Is the Kings winning? Is it sustainable against better teams with the way this offense is? That's the tickle that's in the back of my head. The way the offense is running, is this sustainable against your better teams in the NBA? We'll get to that a little bit later. When we come back, hey, football kids, set your fantasy football lineups. This is the time of year where people forget about buys. I don't know why. They just do. It's weird. Week 9, 10, 11 right in there. Set your fantasy football lineups. We got the Bengals, Ravens tonight. We'll talk about that, some other football notes before we get to everybody's favorite news segment, Kings Rewind, coming up right after this.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
Don't you deserve healthcare you can count on? Well, you can count on United Healthcare with Medicare plans that fit your life today and as your needs change tomorrow. You can enjoy reliable coverage and low out-of-pocket costs with a Medicare Advantage plan from United Healthcare. United Healthcare Medicare Advantage plans, made for California, trusted everywhere. The Medicare annual enrollment period ends December 7th, so go to uhc.com/Medicare today.
At Elk Grove Honda, not only do we have a great selection of pre-owned certified cars at very fair prices, but every one of our pre-owned automobiles are treated with kid gloves with a 182-point inspection that covers everything from unibody to tires to brakes and engine filters. Then our certified cars receive a mobile oil change and fresh fill-up with full synthetic mobile oil. We know you have lots of choices of where to purchase your next car. Come to Elk Grove Honda, home of the 182-point inspection and mobile oil change. We're in the Elk Grove Auto Mall, Highway 99 at Elk Grove Boulevard.
I'm Brian Tedesco, CEO of Blaupunkt Americas, the pioneers of the car stereo. Today, we're not just about sound systems. We are revolutionizing the e-bike scene with Blue Dot Bike. Thanks to AmericanEagle.com, our online presence now features a dynamic e-commerce website that showcases the quality and affordability of our foldable e-bikes. And our collegiate e-bikes, just perfect for the college fanatic. These e-bikes offer a new way to experience freedom on two wheels, no matter your age. When we needed a top-notch website to match our cutting-edge e-bikes, we turned to AmericanEagle.com. They made the impossible seem easy, tackling digital challenges like pros. Check out the Blue Dot Bike website to see AmericanEagle.com's amazing work in action. Need the best in website and digital marketing solutions? AmericanEagle.com is your go-to. They've been a game changer for us, and they can be for you too. Visit AmericanEagle.com or call 877-WEB-NOW-1. That's 877-WEB-NOW-1.
Ready to make this Christmas unforgettable? Shop early and save at Prestigio Jewelers' biggest Black November sale ever. For over 30 years, Prestigio Jewelers has offered in-house financing and fine jewelry. Guaranteed credit approval between $400 and $10,000 with no money down options. Prestigio Jewelers, the perfect jewelry, the perfect price, helping you build perfect credit. With locations in Sacramento, Stockton, Merced, and Fresno. Or online at prestigiojewelers.com.
Maida Chevy saves you $8,000 off MSRP on every new 2025 half-ton Silverado LT, RST, LTZ, and High Country in stock after rebates. All of them. Black Friday savings now at MaidaChevy.com. Together, let's drive.
See dealer for details. Ends 12/1/24.
you up with the best in local sports.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on Sacktown Sports.
I am a little bit, if there is a downside to today's show, I was texting furiously with Sam Amick, and I will not be here to defend myself. I'll be leaving.
I know I'm shamelessly pumping the poll here.
Just before 8. And Sam's going to come on, and I don't know if you guys will talk about it or if we'll wait till next week, but he was not in agreement with the whole reporters should meet up with the players.
I knew he wouldn't be.
I kind of had a feeling he would not be as well. He was very angry at me. He honestly, just so you know, I'm not doing a bit, Jason. I will not.
Sam mad.
I've known Sam 20 years. He's never done this before. He sent me an anger face emoji. Yeah.
And a full paragraph.
Well, shockingly, the Athletic writer sent me a full paragraph.
Spell check.
But started with an anger face emoji. Oh, I don't know. From the 916, forgive me a bit late today. I missed Davion's favorite Chinese food. Do we know with Mandarin gone, I need a new one? We'll research that. Well, I just want to make sure I get it right. I'll ask Mark Jones. But I don't think he's awake at 6:48. Maybe he is. He's probably out for
9:45 his time.
But isn't he here? Wait.
Yeah, but still.
Wait. Yeah, he's here.
When I was at Bacon and Butter.
That's 100%. And by the way, he goes to Temple Coffee.
Does he?
He'll be like, when I'm running around.
Yeah.
When I'm running around J Street in the morning, getting my jogging in, and I got my Temple Coffee in one hand, saying hi to everybody, shooting hoops with the guys.
Yes.
And I ran into Chris Boucher's uncle.
Yes. And he said he's been working on his long-range shots. He looked for him to hit some more threes tonight. He also prefers decaf.
Okay, the chat line has caught on now. We were wondering how long it would take for the chat line to notice.
I've seen many a comment now.
Yes, I am wearing a suit today. I'm wearing a suit for a reason.
Some have suggested it's your father's suit.
Why would they suggest that?
I don't know.
This suit fits perfect.
I mean, it looks very well cut.
Thank you. Jeez. Thank you.
And
wow, that's weird. Thank you, Chris.
And you've been working on things, and it actually
thank you. Thank you.
Booga.
Right. With the eyes that come out. Let's see what the chat line thinks.
They're going to be very nice.
You know what? I think they're going to be really complimentary. I haven't looked at any of the comments yet. I'm just going to read them as they come in.
Whoa.
Dave's suit screams funny friend who is an internet ordained minister coming in to marry his friends. That's fine. Dave looks like he ignores the 1, 2, 3 order and cuts in front of people at the Quick Quack car wash in his Nissan Altima. Wow, shots at Nissan Altimas.
Hey, Quick Quack.
Hey,
Quackles.
Shut up, Chris. Dave looks like he has 15 different gadgets in his jacket.
That's probably true.
Maybe.
I don't know that to be true, but I believe that one.
Where is MC? MC actually had a comment I thought was funny. What the hell? I'm scrolling up here. Come on. Now I'm gonna do this build up, and it's not gonna be worth it, but it did make me laugh. Dave looks like the CEO of the last forgotten small town saltine cracker factory that was booming in the late 90s when he started there as a janitor. It's oddly detailed.
Yeah.
Well, thanks, guys. If you turn the sound down on the show, it looks like Dave's trying to sell us financial advice. All right. Enough of that. Bengals Ravens tonight. This time, Jason, it is for real.
It is.
Thursday Night Football is back, and this is in Baltimore. It is. I was going to ask you about that. It could be. It was a good one at the start of the year before anybody played.
Yeah.
Like one of those you circle and go, oh, Thursday Night Football, Bengals at Ravens. That could be two. Those are two of Kansas City's biggest competitors for the AFC Championship.
My pick for the Super Bowl. Remember that?
Bengals. Wasn't it like Bengals Rams?
No, Bengals Niners.
Bengals Niners, but you thought the Rams were gonna.
Be a good playoff team.
By the way, both still on the table.
Yeah, I'm not eliminated. Yeah,
you're not.
Yeah.
Let's see. Baltimore favored by 6.
Okay.
And the Bengals, it's been a weird year. They are 4-5. They started out 0-3, including their home opener loss to the Patriots. Since then, Jason Ross, they're 4-2 with wins over the Panthers, Giants, Browns, Raiders.
Who are their 5 losses to?
The Patriots at Chiefs.
Okay. Patriots killed everybody in the Survivor Pool week 1.
They did, including me.
Okay.
Home Commanders.
Okay.
Home Eagles. 2 weeks ago, they lost 37-17.
And they need the win.
They really do. They are.
And Baltimore's just good.
The Baltimore is very, very, very good. It appears they had a little bit of a stumble-rooski, but they're now sitting at 6-3. They are 3-1 at home. And remember, one of their losses was Baltimore is weird too. They lost in Kansas City. Remember, barely 27-20, and they were right there at the end. Then they lost at home to the Raiders. Remember, God, that seems like a lifetime ago. The Raiders' second game of the season beat them in Baltimore. Was like that knocked a lot of people out of the Survivor Pool.
That's not a real game. I'm convinced that didn't really happen.
Something happened. Then they lost 2 weeks ago to the Browns, 29-24 in the Jameis Winston game.
Are they good?
I don't know. I don't know. But they beat. Remember the Chris just sent us a text, a screenshot.
What, 3 texts or 3 tweets in a row?
Said Adam Schefter's having a rough day. It's 3 texts in a row, notifications on his phone. The first one is an extension for Chuba Hubbard. Only one B in the name. There's 2 in Chuba Hubbard. Then the next one, a contract extension for China Hubbard. You gotta hate that. Then finally, you got it right at the end.
He was in the shower.
Is his nickname Chubba Hubba?
I don't know.
It should
Has to be.
Has to be. Yeah, he was in the. Jason. He was in the
plastic
shower.
protection over, and he's like
100%. Getting ready to go to a funeral.
Or right there.
Or yeah, he's. Oh, I wonder if you know what would be hilarious if they actually gave him crap live. Like, hey, dude, I have your noties on. What are you doing, guy? So we'll see. I've said it before. I'll say it again. In the MVP ladder, I think it's Lamar Jackson. And good luck right now. He's going to have to do something to fall off. He's having a better year in pretty much every single metric than he did last year when he won the MVP. The Niners, of course, are back versus the Bucks on Sunday. And Jason, I know we only have just under a minute, but I did have a note here. Maybe we can save for later, since we are now officially past. We were really last week past the halfway mark. Past the halfway mark, Jason. Okay, but you know why I'm not depressed yet? We're past the halfway mark of the regular season.
Yeah.
It doesn't really count.
We've got till February.
Yeah, we're not halfway to the end of football yet.
Maybe even February?
Maybe even February. Super Bowl, New Orleans.
Yeah.
At some point today, though, if we get a chance, we do need to kind of rate the NFL. I don't know how I would rate this NFL season so far. Like, the first thing that pops in my head is that, well, it's been a season.
Mm-hmm.
No, there's nothing that popped. I mean, the Chiefs are 8-0, and there's little storylines. Niners are banged up, whatever. I don't know how to feel about it. It just feels like it's kind of been the NFL season. Nothing crazy, just NFLing.
Maybe the Hail Mary's the biggest moment.
Is that the theme? Is that the? I don't know, man.
Yeah. To be decided.
We'll take a break. I'll tell you what I've decided. I love this next segment. As after every single Kings game, we have started I mean Jason and Chris have started everyone's favorite news segment, Kings Rewind. They'll run through the audio. Chris will maybe have an input or two, and it's all for your enjoyment. It starts next.
The only place you'll find Kevin Herter is Sacktown Sports.
Herter's open, steps into 3. He's got the triple.
Hey, Sacramento, it's Kevin Herter, and you're listening to the home of the Sacramento Kings, Sacktown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
Football season, and now you can get anything you need for game day delivered with Uber Eats. Well, almost anything. You can't get a running back, but baby back ribs? Yes. Uber Eats, official on-demand food delivery partner of the NFL.
At the Home Depot, the holidays have arrived.
And so is all my family. So I'm working on keeping up with the laundry.
The Home Depot is here to help with Black Friday savings up to 40% off select appliances. Spend less time doing laundry with smart, efficient appliances from Samsung, ranked #1 in customer satisfaction.
Perfect. Less laundry time means more family time.
Get Black Friday savings now with free delivery and financing on select appliances at the Home Depot. Visit jdpower.com/awards for more details. Offer valid November 6th through December 4th. U.S. only. See store or online for details.
When I wake up
The best mornings
in the morning light,
start with Wrangler.
I put on my jeans and I feel alright.
Jeans, jackets, and shirts that get your day started. Good mornings make for better days. Wrangler, for the ride of life.
Welcome back to another exciting game day. Grab your rally towels, throw on your jerseys, cheer, shout, and save on your gas. That's right, sports fans win big on home game days. Score instant savings of 25 cents per gallon on Shell V-Power Nitro Plus Premium Gasoline with the Fuel Rewards program. And that's a victory for you and your tailgate team. Download the app, join the Fuel Rewards program today, and game on. Restrictions apply. Limited time. At participating Shell stations. For more details, visit fuelrewards.com.
Black Friday is on its way at Fasteners Inc. Tool Outlet, and there's no better place to shop for all your power tools. Low price Makita Bear tools starting at $89. Makita batteries starting at just $49, and many more of the year's hottest deals. November 25th through December 2nd. That's right, one whole week of crazy deals on power tools. So don't forget, our Black Friday sale will be November 25th through December 2nd. Check us out at 6701 Power Inn Road or online at fastenersinc.net.
Facts are facts, and the facts show that for eliminating hip, knee, back, leg, and foot pain, it's the Good Feet personalized arch support system, clinically proven to provide significant pain relief in only 4 weeks. Good Feet arch supports are designed to help put your feet and whole body back in pain-relieved proper alignment. Good Feet arch supports are HSA and FSA eligible. Book your free fitting at Good Feet in Sacramento, Roseville, and Vacaville.
Tesla, keep it real tour. Saturday, November 9th, the venue at Thunder Valley. Tesla, live. The multi-platinum rock band returns with special guest, Fuel. For tickets, visit ThunderValleyResort.com. Tesla, keep it real tour.
The Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop is your unsurpassed spot to find the hottest golf gear, best pricing, and elite expertise. Every club on the shelves can be tried for free on the driving range. 3 TrackMan units and a Hagen Oaks team of skilled fitting professionals provide the finest club fitting experience. Our personable Super Shop staff will show you the newest to help you look and play your best. You love golf. The Hagen Oaks team loves golf too. Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop, Fulton Avenue at Business 80. Learn more at hagenoaks.com or 916-481-GOLF.
KHD KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sacktown Sports 1140.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone. And then boom,
with Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
Welcome back. Carmichael Dave, Jason Ross, Chris Roulade. Jason will take it with Chris from 8 to 10. I will be I have a thing, and that thing I think in partially at least will be carried live. Styles and Watkins at 10 a.m.
Seriously?
I don't think the whole thing, but first part. Why is that news to you?
Very much news to me.
I think they were just gonna. They had mentioned they were gonna carry the. You really only need like the first couple of minutes. It's going to be a good day today. Today's a good day.
Good.
Today is a good.
I'm excited.
You know what? Normally I'd be the one to like temper it. No, not tempering it. Today's going to be a really, 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 really good day. And we'll talk a lot about it tomorrow.
Okay.
In the aftermath. Anyways, so stay tuned for that coming up at 10 a.m. All right, Jason Ross, Christopher Laud, Kings Rewind time right now, please. Boom, boom, boom.
All right, it's the Kings and the Raptors part 2. This time is for real.
It is for real.
He gets another shot. He gets another shot.
And this time, it's on our turf.
Sacramento in the house.
Yeah.
I normally don't take requests, but when Christopher Laud texts you at the beginning of the game, you put that in Kings Rewind.
I don't know if you're allowed to do that.
So here you go, Chris. The opening hoop of the game went to Toronto, and it was scored by Grady Dick.
Blow the hell up.
I was really nervous about that.
Right.
After that, the game would settle in. Toronto would prove to be the real adversary.
You were serious about that?
Former Sacramento King Davion Mitchell couldn't miss. Felt more like on night. Am I right?
I liked it. I kind of liked it. On night. Because he's normally off night. But he was on. All right.
Toronto lit up Golden One Center with a 39-point third quarter and carried a 3-point lead into the final 12 minutes.
All right. You can beat this. It's all a matter of willpower.
The Kings showed grit.
Stupid.
They showed toughness and many times kept getting offensive rebound after offensive rebound.
This is my hat now. This is totally my hat.
As the game wore on, the Kings would chip away at the Raptors' small lead.
A hope, a chance.
Yeah.
The fans so desperately wanted the win. The Raptors kept missing the first free throw, but wouldn't miss twice to give the fans a slice.
Pizza, going tummy. Me so hungry.
Okay, that needs to stick around. That needs to stay here.
Yeah. Crunch time has arrived.
It's the final.
And DeMar DeRozan would check in.
Rose came home, y'all didn't deserve him either.
You didn't.
The chairman of the Midi Committee got to his spots and took over.
Crank up the mids.
The Kings soared right past the Raptors.
Wait for that. Suckers.
The fans could feel the beam. The Kings would get the win and get revenge.
I'ma do my stuff.
Sabonis with a triple-double.
Messed around and got a triple-double.
Keegan with a double-double.
Freaking brothers every way like MJ.
That's 5 wins in 6 games. And now bring on the Clippers Friday night with the Beard, Batum, and Ballmer.
If you don't know the reference,
now you know.
Now you know. And
look it up.
Look up Steve Ballmer on stage, Microsoft.
I thought you were saying on something else.
That should do it. Was that the same? I forget. Was that?
There's 2.
Okay. What is that? The one where Bill Gates
does the awkward dance?
Where the Bill Gates dance looks, it makes Donald Trump look like Gregory Hines.
So there's that one. The one I played is like the intro to like Windows 95 or something.
Yeah.
So it's just him.
Okay. Oh, okay. One of these days, I've always wondered this about that clip. Seriously, I have. I just want to ask him, and I want him hooked up to a lie detector test. Steve, was that energy 100% natural? Or did you have
some help?
PEDs going on?
I haven't said lots of.
So there you go. There's your Kings Rewind. And I will bring back Yeah, I've been waiting for you guys to give me this crap, but I've been waiting for one comment, and they're very, very close, by the way. Somebody said, Dave looks like the type who could give a riveting breakdown of last night's game, then immediately get flustered trying to explain TikTok to his co-hosts. I'm waiting for the one comment, and I thought it would be out of the way, which would be, Dave looks like a guy who'd do a Zoom call and have to say to the judge, I'm not a cat.
I'm not a cat.
I've been waiting for it, and I waited an hour. Nobody got that one.
What other salesman were you? Where was the one I saw?
The wacky inflatable arm guy. Yeah, I don't know, get it out of your system. Anyways, I want to ask you, I want to tell you what I am very happy with the win. I am really happy with the defense they played, especially in the fourth quarter. And they are 5-3. They got a nice win at home. There's no but at the end of that. I do have a little tickle in the back of my brain about this because not that, look, you got to beat who you got to beat. And Toronto just beat them last week. You beat who's in front of the schedule or who's in front of you on the schedule. I would say the Kings have played 3 playoff caliber teams so far this year in their first 8 games.
Yeah.
Okay. They played the Lakers, the T-Wolves opening at home, and the Miami Heat. They're 1-2.
Mm-hmm.
I worry a little bit. DeMar DeRozan has been insane, like so good. It's not a criticism of him when I say that DeMar is a ball magnet. He needs the ball in his hands. And when he has the ball in his hands, he's really, really good.
Blow the hell up!
I can't stress enough that this isn't me ripping DeMar. My question is, long-term, when they're playing these better defensive teams, does the Kings offense run its best the way they're trending? Or are they going to run into a wall offensively and need to re-explore going back to a ball? Remember, they were right there on pace the last couple of years with the Warriors for like most passes per game.
Mm-hmm.
Like you've got the offense running through Domantas Sabonis. You've got De'Aaron flitting around the wings. Everybody's cutting. Keegan's in the corner. And it always seemed that their offense was at its record-breaking best when that ball was moving around. I don't know if it's possible to run that type of offense with DeMar DeRozan, and I wonder if that's going to give them an offensive ceiling. That's my worry.
It's a fair worry. I think my counter would be, I think what so far has happened is what this has done with Fox playing well, DeMar DeRozan playing incredibly
phenomenal,
Sabonis doing his typical thing, and everyone else. You're not getting. I don't think you can be put in a spot where a lot of teams can double team these guys. And
yes.
So late in the game, if it doesn't have to be DeMar, it's been him. But if we think about the last shots in a lot of close games, the home game that they lost the season opener, remember Keegan Murray took the last shot. Now,
yes.
DeMar inbounded it. You kind of have to get what you can get, but Keegan had to look at a 3.
Sure.
Sabonis put one back in regulation in Toronto to force overtime. He put one back in Miami to win the game after a De'Aaron shot. So they've had a lot of different people kind of at the end of games with the opportunity here. What I guess where my concern would be, I don't even know if it's a concern yet, but it's getting closer to being that. I still don't think we've seen the best of the offense. So I don't feel like I
don't either
answer it because they have not shot the 3 ball well. So it's 8 games. That's not the biggest sample size, but it is a 10th of the season.
Yeah.
So then my question kind of becomes, are they a good shooting team? I mean, when you say 8, they haven't shot over 40% yet. One game shooting over 40, making threes. And you go, oh man, this game, they would beat everybody because they made 22 threes. Well, that game hasn't happened.
They're shooting 32.5% from beyond the arc,
which isn't very good.
That's 26 out of 30 teams. Okay. Let's just take a look at a couple of things. Let's take a look at,
and they're making that up, by the way, at the free throw line.
Yes, they are. Their regular shooting percentage, though, is 4th in the NBA because of DeRozan.
Yeah.
One more I want to look at here.
And points in the paint and getting, good cuts and different things like that.
Yes. Their effective field goal percentage, where you're kind of combining everything, is 12th. 2-point shooting, this is the DeRozan effect. They're at 58.5%. They're just over 1 percentage point behind Cleveland for number 1. The Kings are number 2. They were at 55.5%. 0.8%, almost 3% less last year. So from that point of view, and they're number one, as we said, in free throws, percentage-wise, true shooting, they're 7th. So, yeah, if they can bring that 3-point percentage up and everything else stays the same, that's a pretty insane offense. I think that's kind of what they're looking at. I hope they don't get bit by the lack of ball movement late in games, because it does. I have noticed a pattern. Malik did this last night. DeMar does it. It does seem like it's like your turn, my turn, your turn, my turn. Not hero ball, because I think that insinuates an ego thing. I don't think that it's just like, oh, I think I'm hot. I will go ahead and take the next 3 shots. All right, I missed. Now it's your turn. You take. And I don't know how sustainable that is, but I think your response made me feel a little bit better. We'll take a quick break, 30 seconds, and a word from overhead when we come back. 3 for Madness. Are the Warriors? I thought the Warriors were done. We'll talk about that. Also, the Niners, Bucks, and the Cavaliers and what they're doing. Don't go away. It's just a 30-second break. Coming up next.
Subscribe to Sacktown Sports on YouTube and watch the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and the Drive Guys. Live Monday through Friday from 6 to 6. Plus view archive shows and exclusive content.
Subscribe at youtube.com/Sacktown Sports.
Hey, we all know the importance of branding. Branding is very important. That's exactly why I've been telling you about the Red Ribbon logo. That logo is synonymous with the Overhead Door Company of Sacramento. Others have tried to compare to them, but they're the top of the game right now. And if you're looking for a fresh look to your home with a new garage door or a quick repair to your existing door, Overhead Door Company of Sacramento is where you need to go. And that's why you need to ask yourself this question: how does your home look? Are you happy with it? Well, one way your home can get a significant boost is with brand new doors from Overhead Door Company of Sacramento. Replacing your old garage door or doors for a new garage door is the greatest return on investment homeowners can make when you're doing your home improvements. So when you work with Overhead Door Company of Sacramento, you're also connected with a family-owned and operated company that's been doing this and thriving in this area for over 70 plus years. They're great people. I'm telling you that. They've been serving Sacramento and 9 counties surrounding our city. And here's a deal for you as well. We all like deals, right? Mention me, Jason Ross, or Sacktown Sports, and you'll receive $100 off your new garage door paired with a new garage door opener. So make your house pop, feel good about your new garage door, but they do more than that. They also do, besides residential, whether it's commercial or even repairs, as I mentioned, to your existing doors. Contact them. Check out their website, ohdsac.com, or call them at 916-421-3747. Overhead Door Company of Sacramento, the genuine, the original overhead door. Always look for the Red Ribbon logo.
3 questions, 3 answers. It's 3 for Madness on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Here's question 1.
Welcome back. Give out a game ball here in just a little bit. Sports business with Kelly Brothers at 728. I dressed up for that. People were wondering why I dressed up. That's why. Kelly
business
Brothers.
Time.
Good at business.
Still switching Gage tickets coming up a little bit later on in the program. We're giving those away all week. In the meantime, it's Chris Lott, 3 for Madness. Question: what?
Last year, the hope was that the Kings ended the Warriors' run. Are they officially back?
I think they might be. And I think a catalyst to that is Buddy Hield.
A Nick catalyst?
Look, as we just got done saying, you play the schedule. They were 6-1 last night going into Boston. Boston had not lost at home this year. The Warriors' one loss, strangely enough, was at home to the Clippers. And then when you look who they beat, Portland, Utah. I don't know how this happens, but they beat New Orleans 2 nights in a row. Tell me how you do that. They beat Houston. They beat Washington. So,
yeah,
not the best competition overall, but, a couple of teams in there, including Houston and New Orleans. They go into Boston. They beat Boston 118-112. They have a day off. Now you've got all of a sudden tomorrow undefeated Cleveland, 9-0, and they will feature later in 3 for Madness, hosting the Warriors. Warriors going to win that one. That's insane. And then they follow that up Sunday at Oklahoma City. It's literally the toughest possible 3-game road trip you could have in the NBA right now, and they've started out 1-0.
Yeah, and so look, I was with you on the competition was a little questionable to my opinion, but that's a great win last night, and they were down right away 14-3. I'm like, see, this is what happens when you play good teams.
That's right.
And Porzingis was out, but he's been out. Jaylen Brown didn't play. It doesn't matter. The Warriors went in there, played great. Steve Kerr is kind of committed to this. I'm playing 12 players. Curry was back. He was good. Buddy's helped. I mean, there's just all the way down the line. Everybody's playing pretty well for them. So they have to be acknowledged as somebody that's at least got some confidence right now, gotten off to a good start, and that can carry you for a while.
Moses Moody was 3 of 5 with 6 rebounds, a steal, 0 turnovers, and 9 points. He started. He played 13 minutes.
Wow.
You want to talk about Steve Kerr being on a heater right now. I want to say that again. Moses Moody started, had 9 points and 6 rebounds in 13 minutes with a steal and no turnovers, and only played 13 minutes, which was the least of all the starters. Jason, to your point, they played 6 guys off the bench, 18, 16, 14, 20, 29, and 18 minutes. The 29 was for Buddy Hield, who took probably most, if not all, of Moses Moody's minutes. It's not so much they have a problem. They have so much firepower, and he can just do these hockey substitutions and just keep going in and out so they can play at a pace that is probably not sustainable for most teams.
Right.
So, 7-1. Oh, by the way, they've played 8 games. 5 of them have been on the road. They are 5-0 on the road.
That's impressive.
Question 2, please.
Question 2.
The Cleveland Cavaliers are 9-0? They've won over 100 games the last 2 years? So why are they title afterthought?
Why are they title afterthoughts? It's a good question. They've been consistently good. I want to say there was a stretch last year where they just were they won 13 of 14 or something stupid. But I don't think of them as a contender in the East. I probably should. We're looking at a starting lineup: Darius Garland and Donovan Mitchell. That's a great backcourt. Dean Wade at your small forward, splitting time with Karis LeVert and Isaac Okoro. Evan Mobley and Jared Allen up front. That is a really good front line. That is the anti-Kings when it comes to that front line depth, and they've got more off the bench. I don't know that this is a title team, Jason, but it's a really good, solid team when they're healthy.
I think the reason they've been title afterthoughts is they haven't had the long postseason run yet.
Right.
They've been good.
Yes.
And there are good teams in each conference that don't advance. And so until you advance, I think Dallas is thought of differently right now because of what they did last year. They got through it and made it to the NBA Finals. So once you kind of break through and win some crucial series, you're thought of differently. I think the Knicks came in with more hype because they broke through and got further along last year. Indiana got further along. Now, can these teams be better? People are going to think of Boston. People still give Philly a ton of love, even though they really haven't broken through.
Right.
And I think people look a lot at stars. But Garland's been an all-star, so is Mitchell. And I think Mobley plays like one. Jared Allen's a good player. Part of it may be Cleveland, and it's not Cleveland with LeBron anymore. So I don't know, but they've been really good. Kenny Atkinson's helped them as the head coach now, and 9-0 is very impressive.
You know what might be more impressive? I knew I remembered something. Last year, the Cleveland Cavaliers lost to the Toronto Raptors in Toronto on New Year's Day, 124-121. They were 18-15. They then beat Toronto in Toronto, got their revenge February 10th, 119-95. Jason, they were 18-15 on New Year's Day. After that Toronto win, they were 35-16.
Woo! That's 17-1?
17-1. Their one loss was a 10-point loss at Milwaukee. They had a back-to-back in Milwaukee, and they lost the first one by 10, came back and beat Milwaukee in Milwaukee the very next game by 12. That, I believe, was – I don't think any other team in the NBA had a 17-1 stretch last year. So you saw it at a point, and February 10th, you're getting down to the stretch run.
Yeah.
Like, oh, my God. Is Cleveland, are they a thing?
And then I think they kind of limped in at the end, if I remember right. They had a kind of a ho-hum finish.
Yeah, they I mean it wasn't like a ridiculous horrible stretch, but it was, here we go, loss win, 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 loss. Yeah, so they were, for example, they were 40-21 on March 5th, and they finished 48-34. So that's 8-13.
Yeah, it's not a very good finish.
They're streaky.
Yeah,
and you just want. By the way, there are some young players on that team too, but that's a team I worry about when the Kings do play them, because they are built to beat a team like the Kings as well. Yep. Number 3.
Question 3.
The Niners and Bucks are combined 8-9 and play this weekend. The Steelers and Commanders also play at a combined 13-4. Is this an anomaly or the craziness of the NFL?
I think it's look, there might be an anomaly in there, for example, if the Niners turn it around. But I think it is part of the craziness of the NFL. Look, Pittsburgh's competitive just about every year. Mike Tomlin doesn't finish below 5, like literally does not finish below 500. I don't think anyone expected what? Oh God, now I'm stuck on Jalen Brown. The quarterback.
Jaden
Daniels. Yes. Thank you. Nobody expected Jaden Daniels to do what he is doing, nor did they expect the Commanders to do what they're doing. And shout out to that fan base, which is a great, powerful fan base that has had to deal with Daniel Snyder forever. What a great time to be a Commanders fan. I can't help but smile at what they're doing. 13-4. If they were a combined stock, I'd probably be selling at this point, thinking they're a little overvalued, whereas the Bucks and almost certainly the Niners a little bit undervalued right now at 8-9. But that's just the NFL, man.
Yeah, and I think if we look at the first two teams, the Niners and Bucks, who were playoff teams a year ago, some of the reasons, significant injuries. They have to deal with it. The Bucks have had it at their wide receiver spot. The Niners in all sorts of places, certainly missing out on their best player, one of them in McCaffrey. But you're right on. I mean, the Steelers isn't that shocking. The Commanders have been you get a new coach and Coach Quinn. You have Jaden Daniels, you're starting a rookie. That should be a tough year.
Yeah, 500 and you're happy.
Yeah, it's like, all right, we've found you hope you found a quarterback. Not only have they found a quarterback, they think they've got one of the better quarterbacks in the league already. And so he's been awesome. He's been a revelation for them. He's given them excitement. That fan base has got to be thrilled with what they're watching right now.
No, 100%. I'm very happy for them, too. We'll take a break. When we come back, good business. Kelly Brothers joins us for his regular sports business segment. We'll get to that next.
Live and local.
With everything 49ers.
Intercepted by Fred Warner. Dives for the end zone. Touchdown! San Francisco. La ball George went up and caught the ball. Touchdown!
The 49ers play on Sacktown Sports 1140.
Carmichael Dave with a simple question. What are you thankful for this year? So many things to consider, but one thing we can all agree on is a well-running vehicle to get you where you need to go each and every day. Jiffy Lube would like to say thank you to all their customers this November. Whether a weekend road trip to Lake Tahoe or your daily commute to work, Jiffy Lube has you covered. Serving the greater Sacramento area since 1984. Visit jiffylube.com today to find a location near you, generous oil change coupons, and more. Happy Thanksgiving and holiday driving from Jiffy Lube.
Model year-end pricing is back at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
During the model year-end event, lower interest rates at Folsom Lake Honda make lower payments. It's no wonder why Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop. Come in today or check out our entire inventory online at folsomlakehonda.com.
Get an instant cash offer for your trade at folsomlakehonda.com. We'll buy your car whether you buy from us or not. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop.
Folsom Lake Honda.
Go to folsomlakehonda.com.
Your one-stop Honda shop.
Ready to pre-game your next big arena event? Head to Beach Hut Deli, a Sacramento tradition for over 40 years, where aloha is served daily. Located just steps away from the arena, whether it's game day or concert night, it's the perfect spot to gather with friends and enjoy amazing sandwiches. Are you planning a bigger get-together? Beach Hut Deli offers endless catering options to bring those delicious flavors to your next party or event. Beach Hut Deli. Good vibes, great food, and epic times await.
Every day, Cintas service reps help businesses get ready for the workday. They provide freshly laundered workwear delivered every week. mats, mops, restroom and cleaning supplies, first aid and safety products to help your employees stay safe. They even test and inspect fire extinguishers and emergency lights. Cintas helps keep your business running smoothly. See what Cintas can do for you. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
This is the story of the one who, as a maintenance specialist for a historic high-rise, knows that vintage charm historically needs constant attention. Which is why when it's time to upgrade turn-of-the-century mechanicals, they turn to Grainger. With easy access to 1 million+ products and the scale to deliver when and where you need them. The right tools and supplies are never far away. So the one can keep that vintage building running like new. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
It's time for the Sacktown Sports live events calendar, the hottest live events lineup just for you. Kicking things off for comedy fans, don't miss David Spade bringing his sharp wit at Hard Rock Live Sacramento on November 22nd, followed by the hilarious Russell Peters lighting up the stage the next night, November 23rd. Then get ready to feel those good vibrations with the legendary Beach Boys on November 24th at Hard Rock Live. And for classic rock lovers, the Black Crowes are rocking the same stage November 30th. All of these are brought to you by our friends at Live Nation. The original Jersey Boys, Midtown Men, are bringing their holiday show to Thunder Valley on December 8th. Then kicking off the year in style, country stars Dylan Scott and Jackson Dean are hitting Thunder Valley on January 10th. And the one and only Bill Engvall will be there too, cracking up the crowd on January 11th. Don't miss these incredible events coming your way, and stay tuned for more info. To get details, head to SacktownSports.com.
Joining us now on Sports Sense, certified financial planner Kelly Brothers. Kelly is an advisor with Cap Trust, one of the nation's largest registered investment advisors. Cap Trust counts among its clients numerous pro athletes and pro sports franchises, but most importantly serves many Northern Californians through comprehensive financial planning. Here's Kelly Brothers.
Okay, welcome back. Kelly Brothers, Sports Business. Get it in now because Kelly's off next week.
Yeah,
So
good
it's
for him.
Good for him. He needs it.
Yeah.
Dave, you're dressed like a financial advisor. I love it.
That's what well, I've decided, Kelly, on a few days that I will dress up just out of respect for you. So appreciate it.
Excellent.
If you have any questions about the market, I'm your guy. Not a licensed advisor. Handle at your own risk. Let's start here, Kelly. Jason asked me something during the break I thought would be a good question for you. Have you ever actually eaten any food at a Dairy Queen?
Never.
Right? That's a thing.
Just the treat, right? Whatever you're getting, whatever they have for blizzards or whatever.
I think I've had a tender or two.
A chicken tender or two, Chris? I told Jason once upon a time, so the Dairy Queen in Carmichael was across from Crestview Lanes, and there was a miniature golf course down the street, Green Acres, I think is what it was called. And then for like a 2-year period, no one will remember this, but some dude like opened up an arcade randomly in like a little business park next to the Dairy Queen. So we would occasionally go over there and get fries, or it wasn't bad, wasn't good. Obviously, they're known for their ice cream.
Right.
Maybe that's why we don't see many Dairy Queens around anymore.
Isn't that the Dairy Queen that then became like Dairy Moon? Or
yes,
I mean, it kind of left the Dairy Queen.
Total ripoff.
It
was the
Dairy
McDowell's of Dairy Queens. And I don't even know if there is a Dairy Queen around anymore. My mom loves dilly bars. That's like the big treat for her. I don't know that.
I think there's one on Arden Way.
Really?
I think so.
There's also
there is one at Arden and Watt, but or close to Watt. But I will say the same thing about A&W. I don't think I've had food at an A&W.
Oh yeah.
So technically I have, but now that they've mushed the KFCs and the A&Ws, and what sucks about that is you can still get the A&W. By the way, I've had a burger and fries today. It's fine. It's fine. It's like Dairy Queen.
Mm-hmm.
But what I don't see anymore is they used to with A&Ws have the little A&W bear, and you could pull the spigot and it would have like the fresh root beer. Now, I don't know if there's any A&Ws anymore that they're all the root beer out of the tap, out of the machine, and it's not the same. Yeah. It's not the same root beer as if you get it at A&W.
No, it's not. It's like Guinness in America. No, it just doesn't travel. It doesn't travel.
And just to wrap that up with a bow, about 4 years ago, I did actually go down this rabbit hole. If anyone out there is possibly wondering, like I was, can you buy kegs of A&W root beer for home use? The answer is no. They only sell them to franchise owners. And no, franchise owners are not allowed to sell kegs of A&W root beer on the side. So there you go, Kelly.
Damn it. They had to open that up. I mean, seriously.
I know.
That's another revenue stream. What are they thinking?
Not like they're it's not like they're overwhelmed with revenue streams these days, Kelly.
No, they're not. No, you're right. You're right.
Maybe Kelly, they could do it and start selling him Super Bowl ads, or are those all filled up at this point?
No, that revenue stream is done. They have sold out $7 million per 30 seconds. Sold out $600 million in revenue coming in on that one game for Fox. And I thought about that because I happened to go Monday to Mike Pereira, who of course will be on the broadcast, his golf tournament. He is the former head of NFL officials. Let's go to Mike. Mike, what do you think about that call?
Yeah.
But Mike had a golf tournament here in Sac on Monday for his charity. It's called Battlefields to Ball Fields. And what he does is he takes veterans coming back and he converts them into officials for baseball, football, basketball, and it's a great program. And it was a full field at the golf tournament too. So congrats to Mike. I think he hasn't. I don't know this. I mean, what if Mike decides to go out? This would be the year to do it because he's in the Super Bowl booth with Tom Brady, Burkhardt, the whole group. So it should be fun.
Not only that, he's a pretty good stick on the course. And tell him I said hi, and also. I know he was talking about this a few years ago because he does wonderful work there. But one thing that I know he was at least talking about doing, Kelly, that really, really got me going was having basically a program to help find and encourage new, not just the vets, but new referees, new umpires in youth sports because of there's a lack of them for a good reason because they get abused by stupid parents and kids and yelled at and screamed at, and it's just not worth the $8 an hour or whatever you make to umpire 3 straight Little League games in summer. They're doing it for the love of the game. And I think Mike was talking about doing that. I don't know. This is about 2 years ago if he ever completed that, but I'd love to see that. We don't have enough of that going around, and Mike would be the perfect guy for that.
Yeah, and he just thinks it's a great thing for people to do, men and women, but especially men as you move toward retirement or whatever, to just, the way to stay involved with the game. Maybe your kids are gone, so you're not coaching anymore. Yeah. Maybe they're up and out of the house. I remember one veteran who served in Iraq and Afghanistan telling me, hey, listen, those parents, they're a pain in the butt, but they don't. I've been in Iraq and Afghanistan. Yeah. They don't bother me. I mean, true. I can tune them out. Two messages there. Think about it as a possible avocation for certain people, and then also leave the refs alone if you go to a kid's game. Yeah, they're doing this out of the goodness of their heart, really.
We need to be better. Just be better.
It's one place where I love social media and I love the whole advent of phone cameras. Mm-hmm. Like I don't
shaming
100%. Yeah. Like I am 100% for shaming and doxing over aggressive parents that abuse umpires. Like that should be everywhere. Kind of like if when they used to do the thing, Kelly, when the people write the bad check and their check would be at the front counter for everybody to see. Like name and shame these terrible people and basically
absolutely
give them an avenue to recover and change their lives.
And you know what's weird about it, Dave, is if they saw their own behavior from the outside looking in, they would be disgusted as well.
Yes.
It's just things that testosterone can be a bad thing sometimes.
Yes.
Kelly, also one of the topics we'll discuss, what's going on with Buffalo and their stadium talk.
I just wanted to, because we never talk about these things, but Buffalo is building a stadium. There's a number of things notable about it. It's going to open up not next year, but the year after, but they're already about halfway done. It's a $1.7 billion open air stadium. Buffalo decided not to do a roofed or domed stadium. They are going to have a canopy at the top of it that they say protects about 60% of the fans from, when snow is coming down at 3 inches a minute or whatever it comes down in Buffalo. But they're not doing a dome stadium because they're fans love the elements. They love the advantage it gives to their team. The other interesting thing about it, as we think about the tragedy that has been Oakland, California, $850 million in government money, the most ever committed to a stadium. Now, granted, we don't know if they're going to get all that back, if that'll turn out to be a good investment or not. But they stepped up and just said, we're not going to let this team leave Buffalo. We're going to be a partner in this. So they're paying about half, the government is, the cost of the stadium.
Anyone else wonder where Buffalo got $800
Yes,
million?
I was thinking the same thing.
You honestly, the houses in Buffalo are about the price of a VCR, and they somehow come up with $800 million. I've been on Redfin before.
Yeah, but remember, Buffalo is part of New York.
Yeah.
New York is putting up a huge chunk of it. The state of New York is putting up a huge chunk of it because they already have an issue where they think New York City gets all the money and the rest of the. And New York is a huge state. People don't realize how big the state of New York is because you never go anywhere except for Manhattan.
It's true too. And Buffalo, by the way, the only New York team in existence. The Jets and Giants both play in East Rutherford or in the Meadowlands. So maybe that was part of it too, where they're saying, we're not losing you to Canada.
What, Kelly, what's the latest with the A's? We're getting closer and closer to them. Well, they're not claiming Sacramento, but to them being here.
No, they're talking about it. They're saying we're looking forward to Sacramento and still not a done deal on their stadium in Vegas. And a lot of work going on at Sutter Health Park. Maybe you've seen these visuals on some of the local stations. I saw them on Channel 3, but that field completely gone. Whole new field and drainage and irrigation going in. That new clubhouse is going up quick. And guys, we are 1 month away from first A's officials arriving at the park as they kind of get set up for training and everything else they're going to do beginning in the new year. So, but they're saying they start moving stuff in December. So it's here. I haven't really heard how ticket sales are going. I assume they're going pretty well. It's just thrilling to think of, Aaron Judge, who I understand is now going to drop the ball on New Year's. Sorry, I blew the joke. But that's going to be, but have Aaron Judge coming in, the Red Sox, the Giants. The Giants will be here on the 4th of July, which is unbelievable. And we open with the Cubs. To have the Cubs open their season, I'm sure people in Chicago are, we're opening where? What? West Sacramento? Really? But that's where they're opening. So it's coming up fast, guys. And I know tickets are on sale for folks who want to look into that.
As we wrap up, did you read at all about the Tampa Bay situation that it was just a few months ago, the city council dropped the insurance policy, which would have covered up to $100 million in damages at Tropicana Field to $25 million. So now they need a whole new stadium anyways. They're going to be homeless. I think the leader of the pack right now is a George Steinbrenner Field I read somewhere in Florida that's like 13,000. I told Jason this the other day. They should come out here and play. Let's just have the A's, the Rays, and the River Cats.
Yeah.
All on the same field. Let the Rays use the turf.
Yeah.
We get the grass.
Well, and Florida is like California in that it is very hard to insure your building right now because there's another storm brewing out in the Gulf of Mexico today. So it's them with hurricanes, us with wildfires, but very hard to get that insurance, whether you're a homeowner or whether you own a stadium.
Florida, it's like California, but better taxes and less teeth. Kelly Brothers joins us each and every week.
Wow.
Enjoy your week. My parents went to Florida State.
Yeah,
I feel like enjoy your week off, and we'll talk to you in a couple weeks, friend.
Thanks, guys. Good to see you.
All right, too. Take care. It's Kelly Brothers, good at business. We'll take a break.
Why all the Aaron Judge shots?
Kelly out of nowhere. Right. Man. It's almost like Chris and I got together with all our guests and asked them to do Aaron Judge shots at you.
That would never happen.
Hey, look, a pumpkin. We'll take a break. When we come back, who gets your game ball from last night?
Wait, were you saying that's because Jason was looking at the camera like that?
Oh, Jesus. We're going to break. We'll be right back after this.
The NFL's leading rusher
that was very
plays
funny.
here.
And a handoff to McCaffrey, walks in the end zone. Handoff to McCaffrey, takes it right down to the goal line. He does his thing again. McCaffrey goes in motion right. Backwards pass led by Juszczyk. A block there. Hurdles a man. 10, 5, touchdown! CMC!
You can hear all of Christian McCaffrey's touchdowns on your home for 49ers football. Sacktown Sports.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave for American Energy Heating and Air with a question. Have you recently had a technician diagnose your HVAC system and you were a bit surprised at how much it cost? Or did something seem off about their quote? Because at American Energy, they take pride in giving you honest, straightforward solutions to get that system up and running. Have their qualified technicians come out and give you a free second opinion. It's free. You got nothing to lose but some dollars off of that original quote. They're making the uncomfortable comfortable. They've been doing it since 1981, serving the greater Sacramento area. A+ with the Better Business Bureau. That's why they keep having customers coming back for more and more and more. You can call them and set that appointment at 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
At the UPS store, we know being a small business owner means holiday time is still go time. Still get those orders shipped time. And still re-up on stamps and supplies time. That's why this upcoming holiday, while others close up shop, we'll be open. And happy to help you keep being unstoppable. Come into your local store today. Most locations are independently owned. Product, services, pricing, and hours of operation may vary. See Center for details. The UPS store. Be unstoppable.
If you're looking for an Affordable Care Act health insurance plan, you have good timing. It's the open enrollment period, and there's an easy way to search, Health Markets. At healthmarkets.com, you can see a list of ACA plans available to you in your area. If you have questions, or when you're ready to choose a plan, there are licensed insurance agents ready to help you apply. See how easy it can be to find your next health insurance plan at healthmarkets.com. Health Markets Insurance Agency, Inc. is licensed as an insurance agency nationwide except in Massachusetts.
Ready to make this Christmas unforgettable? Shop early and save at Prestigio Jewelers' biggest Black November sale ever. For over 30 years, Prestigio Jewelers has offered in-house financing and fine jewelry. Guaranteed credit approval between $400 and $10,000 with no money down options. Prestigio Jewelers, the perfect jewelry, the perfect price, helping you build perfect credit. With locations in Sacramento, Stockton, Merced, and Fresno. Or online at prestigiojewelers.com.
Whitey here reminding you that not all grills are created equal. Give your family a real treat. Bring out all the flavors of the upcoming holidays with the amazing Napoleon Prestige line of outdoor cookers. Napoleon grills that features other grills can't match. They're built different, built better, built to last, complete with a lifetime warranty. All made with premium steel that boasts absolute quality. Just because it's November does not mean we can't barbecue outside. Visit California Backyard now for your best selection of grills and Napoleon Grills accessories.
The only place in the morning to get your sports fix.
Live and local.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
1-800-920-1140 right now as we get ready to give out our game ball. Let's give out a $100 gift certificate.
Let's do it.
To the Lube of Jiffy. Jiffy Lube, our dear friends over there. $100 gift certificate. Or, hey, oil change, windshield wipers, whatever you want done. They do it all. And they are fantastic people and great supporters of the community on a day where this is going to be a very good day for the city of Sacramento. And we'll find out more throughout the day. 1-800-920-1140 if you know what the Jiffy Lube drive of the game is. Jason, here is a preview of that.
Oh, you're going to do
Just give it a hint while we wait for those calls. Good morning, JR.
Good morning. Why is Judge so crappy?
That's what. Never mind. There's a joke in there I'm not going to use. I had never mind. Nope. It's one of those things. My filter stopped it. I was thinking of a court case, and let's move on. That's a shot at Jason Ross, and that's really unnecessary. Is that going to be a bit now? Are people just gonna randomly join our guests and call in and just offer Aaron Judge rips for Jason? Maybe the nicest.
Pretty much like Canseco. He's like Canseco. He'd let a ball hit off his head and go over the fence. Same guy.
By the way, Chris, you need to grab that at some point. Yeah, he's already making that a GIF. What's on your mind today, Junior?
Well, I just love the Kings win. When you can stop Dick and the Toronto Raptors, we all good.
Yes, Grady Dick was
Roll the hell up.
has torched us as of late.
He has before, but they really put him in and out a lot.
1-800-920-1140.
You know that was coming.
Josh, welcome in. Josh, save us, would you? Do you know the Jiffy Lube drive of the game? Great transition, by the way. Yes.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah.
It was when Domantas Sabonis got the steal and then drove down the entire length of the court to get the dunk, followed by another steal and another dunk.
That's oddly specific and detailed. You better be right, Josh. Let's see here.
Here's a steal. Sabonis, end-to-end push, going to the rim. Throw it down, big fella. Domantas Sabonis with the left-hand stick off the bounce. Your Jiffy Lube drive of the game. Be listening. And here's another steal. DeMar DeRozan has it. Kings push with numbers. The Keegan Murray up and down to the rack. Scores it. Timeout, Toronto. And just like that, the Kings are back within 2. You get not 1, but 2 for the price of 1 on your Jiffy Lube drive of the game. The initial call was the breakaway after the steal by Sabonis for the left-hand stick. And then DeMar DeRozan triggering a transition break that saw Keegan Murray finishing to make it a 2-point ball game.
That's it, baby. Congratulations. You got yourself a $100 in this economy.
Yeah.
$100 gift certificate to Jiffy Lube. You've already won it. It's in the bag. There's nothing to lose here. But Josh, I just want to know.
Come on, Josh.
What local sports radio station, also your home of the Kings and the 49ers, makes all your Jiffy Lube dreams come true?
I'd say KHTK 1140.
That's perfect.
Yeah, acceptable.
We will accept that, Josh. Well done.
Aaron Judge will allow that.
Oh, jeez.
Well done.
Well, freaking done. What else should we do here? Let's do a game ball, Jason.
Yeah,
Ross.
tough choices. Who are you giving a game ball to from last night's thrilling win by the Kings?
Well, let's look at this team.
You got lots of candidates.
And the Christopher Log contrarian in me wants to, maybe if there's something that jumps out, I go, DeRozan had 27. De'Aaron had 20. Keegan Murray, what a great night for him. 22 points. I'm sorry. There is only when somebody does something that has never been done in the history of the National Basketball Association, and it's not one of those like he's the only player to get 5 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, and 1 steal in November, the 2 days after an election day and before the Bucks and Niners play. Like, it's not that. Domantas Sabonis, the first player ever to throw a perfect game, triple-double, got the triple-double, did not miss a shot, did not turn the ball over, didn't miss a 3, didn't miss a free throw. He threw a perfect game. That's my game ball. That's my game ball.
All right, just to pick another choice because that's an excellent choice. I commend you on your choice.
Thank you.
I'm going to go with Keegan Murray.
Keegan Murray. Yeah.
He was terrific. He had a double-double. He already has 4 this year. He had 8 all of last year. So he has 4 already. He has been asked to do a lot for this team, and he has done it. He continues to guard the best defensive players on the wing. Mike Brown, we're going to hear some audio from him later, is completely raving about him because he basically is guarding 2s, 3s, and 4s, sometimes even 1s. He's played the 2, 3, and 4. He was a power forward, almost center in college, and now he's doing some great things on the perimeter. He has just grown as a player. We're watching him develop, and I think that was one of the things that people said, well, if they get DeMar DeRozan, will this hurt Keegan's development? No, he's really sliding into a nice role for this team where he's efficient. He's scoring when they need him, but he's defending so well. And some of the metrics now, the starting five is the best defensive five in the league.
What?
Which is like, wait, what? What's going on? And he's a big part of it. I think any group, though, that has Keegan and Fox, and whether it's Ellis or some other combination, that group is defending pretty well in the perimeter. So I think Keegan was great. I'm going to give him my game ball.
When we look at ratings in general, when it comes to defensive rating, the Sacramento Kings are currently, they have risen up to 11th in defensive rating, which is just fine with me. They just, and it's funny because Jason, they haven't really, you just feel like they haven't meshed yet as much as they are, as much as they will, I should say. Offensive rating, they're 5th. Defensive rating, again, they are 11th. Jason, overall as a team, their net rating 6th in the NBA.
It's really good.
Trailing only the Warriors, Thunder, Cavs, Celtics, and Rockets.
So all those teams, the Celtics have 2 losses, Rockets have 3. Everyone else above them has 0 or 1. So they're doing some pretty good work.
Yeah, the Celtics are 7-2. The Cavs are 9-0. The Thunder is 7-1. The Warriors are set. Were the Cavs in there, or did I just add them?
You said them.
I did say them. Yeah. I don't know. Well, how about that?
Yeah,
bodes well
for sure. And the good thing is, I don't know if I still don't think they played their best basketball.
I don't either.
Yeah,
I don't think they've played their best basketball, and I'm looking forward now as they're home from that road trip. They get to play a couple of home games.
Just one more.
That's actually a great point. They've got the Clippers coming in. You know what? Interesting little test. The Clippers have had some issues this year, but also a team that is expected to fight for the playoffs. They're 4-4. But Jason, they're 2-0 on the road. They are 2-4. Weirdly enough, at the
a lot of home games already.
A lot of home games for them, and then really this Sunday is going to be a very big test for them as they go into Phoenix to take on the red hot Suns. Get it? The Suns are right there at 7-1 with the Thunder and the Warriors, who the 3 top teams in the West are a combined 21-3.
Yeah, and that's the front end of a back-to-back, if I'm not mistaken, Phoenix, and then the next night in San Antonio.
San Antonio as they go and visit.
Is there more of a trip, or is it just those 2?
It's just those 2. Then they come back, and they play Phoenix, then Minnesota again.
Right. That's right. That's a tough week.
It really is. They come back, they play Phoenix Wednesday, Minnesota Friday, Utah Saturday, and then Atlanta Monday, all at home. So right away, you've got your home games with Minnesota out of the way. You got 2 games with Phoenix out of the way. You've got all your games with Toronto already done. You'll have all your games with Atlanta out of the way. And then I think I said it, but yeah, both Utah home games. Wait, no, 2 of your Utah games out of the way. One home, one away.
I think that Minnesota game is a cup game, right? In-season tournament game?
I think you're absolutely right. Friday, November 15th. Weirdly enough, none of them on national TV. In fact, if everything stands the way it is, the Kings will not appear on national. I don't count NBA TV, of course. They're not on real national TV until Thursday, January 16th against Houston. And then on the 22nd, just 2 games later, they're on ESPN against Golden State. They've got a total, remember, of 3 ESPN games, and count them 1, 2, 3 TNT games.
Okay.
I mean, it's not enough.
It's fine.
6.
Let's stay the secret.
Okay, I'm fine with that. We'll take a break. Jason will take it the rest of the way with Chris. We'll talk about where I'm going tomorrow. In the meantime, Sam Amick. Say hi to Sam.
I will.
Tell him hi for me.
I will.
Sam Amick.
I know I'm shamelessly pumping the poll here.
That's exactly what he's going to do. He's going to do that next.
Keegan Murray plays here.
Keegan scores another 3-pointer. Keegan Murray knocking it down for 23 points. Match De'Aaron Fox for game scoring honors.
Sacktown Sports is your proud home of the Sacramento Kings.
Online, easy way to get life insurance in 10 minutes. Ethos has rates that you can afford, like a $500,000 policy for a 40-year-old male starting at $1 a day or $30 a month with a few health questions and no medical exam. Get your free quote right now at checkethos.com. That's checkethos.com. LOHOS.com. Not available in all states. Rates do vary.
Lowe's knows that to win the job, pros need the best prices. That's why only at Lowe's, MVP's Pro Rewards members can get a volume discount on eligible orders as low as $1,500 at the Pro Desk. That means you get the prices you need to start any job, small or large, because Lowe's knows pros. Valid in-store only. More terms and restrictions apply. Visit Lowe's.com/terms or Pro Desk for details.
Don't you deserve healthcare you can count on? Well, you can count on United Healthcare. With Medicare plans that fit your life today and as your needs change tomorrow, you can enjoy reliable coverage and low out-of-pocket costs with a Medicare Advantage plan from United Healthcare. United Healthcare Medicare Advantage plans. Made for California, trusted everywhere. The Medicare annual enrollment period ends December 7th, so go to uhc.com/Medicare today.
Facts are facts, and the facts show that for eliminating hip, knee, back, leg, and foot pain, it's the Good Feet personalized arch support system, clinically proven to provide significant pain relief in only 4 weeks. Good Feet arch supports are designed to help put your feet and whole body back in pain-relieved proper alignment. Good Feet arch supports are HSA and FSA eligible. Book your free fitting at Good Feet in Sacramento, Roseville, and Vacaville.
The Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop is the only store in the world to be named the top 100 shop for 40 years straight. Yes, the only golf shop in the world. Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop is your unsurpassed spot to find the hottest golf gear, best pricing, and elite expertise. Try any club on the shelf on the driving range for free and let our staff show you everything you need to look and play better. You love golf. The Hagen Oaks team loves golf too. Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop, Fulton Avenue, Business 80. Learn more at HagenOaks.com or 916-481-GOLF.
It's Capital Casino, Sacramento's #1 poker room. And guess what? Primetime football is back. Capital Casino is giving away $500 per game in high hand bonuses for every Sunday, Monday, and Thursday night primetime game. As always, offering the best food, the best service, and the best action with the most variety of games in the region, conveniently located in downtown Sacramento. So check them out, Capital Casino, and always remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
KHD HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sacktown Sports, 1140. The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone. And then boom,
with Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
All right, we welcome everybody into the 8 o'clock hour here of the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross. Carmichael Dave was with us the first couple of hours. We'll have some news on where he's headed a little bit later today. He'll be back with us tomorrow. But it is that time, Thursdays at 8. We are joined by the one, the only, Sam Amick from The Athletic. And, of course, Sam is being brought to you by all your Jiffy Lube locations in your greater Sacramento area. Sam, where are you today?
Good morning, Jay Ross, from beautiful Los Angeles, the hotel life. This is not the most exciting YouTube shot that I've given you, but here we are. Yeah, I was here for the Sixers circus. I was in Phoenix with them a couple nights ago. Obviously did not know going into this road trip that Joel Embiid, would have the issues that he had, and so that was the intent. And then the Paul George reunion game last night, and my first time at Intuit Dome. So here we are.
Yeah, lots of questions I'm going to have for you regarding that. First off, I do want to tell you that Dave told me to tell you hello. He says hi, and he was really anxious to talk to you today. He had to head out today, but I know you had a response to his wanting to shut down the locker room for reporters.
I did. I know. I have to admit and confess that I play this card with both of you guys, where just because you're nice enough to have me on the show once a week doesn't necessarily mean that I get editorial license the rest of the week when I'm listening to the show. But in this very hotel room yesterday, the flattering part is I do frequently turn on, you guys to get rolling in the morning in general, but when I'm on the road too. And I don't know how deep you want to go on it, Jay, but my point to Dave was, and this is obviously the context being Joel Embiid putting his hands on the Philadelphia Inquirer columnist Marcus Hayes, who wrote something that Joel was upset about. And I certainly think that, what Marcus wrote was in poor taste, and the fact that he apologized means that he wishes he could take it back. That happens in the business, but you just can't put your hands on media members. And, and the league obviously made its ruling, 3-game suspension. But as far as the locker room discussion, my point to Dave respectfully was, he painted this delusional picture of if we didn't have locker room access, what it might look like, and how all these things could be fixed so that you could get the media members out of the athlete space. And my thing was, first of all, this is a battle we've been fighting for years, because athletes, certainly, I think a lot of them would like to have us not be in the locker room. The dilemma is, I'm not sure how to break this down, but I told them that, if the fans want actual truth and storytelling about what's happening with their favorite teams and the players, then you need genuine interactions between media members and the people that we cover. And the locker room is really the only place where we get that, because once you take that away, everything becomes controlled, transactional. To be honest, a lot of times, with like a propaganda type feel, like, okay, we will give you this person because we know that you're going to talk about this topic, and that's going to make the organization look good. That's generally speaking how pro sports teams are going to function. So preserving that ecosystem, where uncomfortable though it might be at times, I've never seen a solution that makes sense to me. And my last thought real quick is, Dave, now being deep in the soccer world, I told him, like, if you take away the locker room, the next step is the way that soccer gets covered internationally in Europe, which is a lot more distance between the players and the media members. And honestly, a lot more tabloidy controversy, journalism, because, at least in some instances, because the reporters feel like they have, no other way to make an impact, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. And I know he had mentioned something like the podium, which I think we all get, and the podium is fine. But I'm going to get the same quote as you are, Sam, and you have more detailed, in-depth articles and pieces that are well-crafted and thought out, that I think your 5, 10, 15 minutes you get in a locker room or somewhere on the court or somewhere else where you've hustled to get that is going to be far deeper than just the general stuff that's said kind of into the controlled atmosphere, like you said, of a podium or some other team-related thing. So I'm glad we have it this way. And, the situation with Embiid is rare. It doesn't happen that often. And quite honestly, I think the league got it right. I mean, you can always argue the length of suspension, but I think they did a good job with this. You just can't do what Joel Embiid did.
Yeah, and I'm with you on the suspension. I think 1 game would concern me because, we know there's already tension between reporters and players. My concern would be that 1 game, if you're a player who already is anti-media and you have, moments of frustration, one game is enough for you to think about doing it. You know what? Let me sit for a game and put this guy on his ass, for lack of a better way of putting it. 3 games is a lot in today's NBA. I mean, Joel Embiid, I don't really care how much money he makes. It's as far as, overall, he's going to lose about $1 million, bucks. 3 games at 82 for a team that is scuffling. That's a major consequence. So I think they sent the message that you can't do that. And to your point, this is not locker room, but just yesterday, for example, at Sixers practice, the whole concept of genuine interactions. Like, I was trying to write about Paul George, and I wrote a column this morning, and Paul talked to the group in a controlled setting, but because it wasn't a podium and because there was a freedom to the practice environment, I was able to connect with him right afterwards, and I didn't quote him on anything. I just had a few informational questions about his situation, got a better understanding of his situation as a result of that, and was in a better position to write about his situation because of it. So that's the type of stuff that honestly, if we lost, I'm not trying to be dramatic. Like, I don't even know if I'd want to do the job anymore. Cause I'm, if you could sit at home on your couch and wax poetic with the same, press conference podium material as everybody else, then that's not really, what we do.
Yeah. Sam Amick joining us each and every Thursday, 8:00 here on Sacktown Sports. Of course, brought to you by Jiffy Lube and the Jiffy Lube locations in the greater Sacramento area. Sam, I want to get a couple more thoughts on the actual thing you were covering down there in LA, the Sixers and the Clippers. I want to finish up with the Sixers first, because you said kind of the circus. So what did you learn there? Not only is the Embiid situation, which we're waiting for him to play, Paul George is now finally back. He gets booed last night. Just what's your take on where Philly is? Because I know where they want to go, and they're far from that right now.
Yeah, it's not pretty at all. First of all, just given the fact that we're on Sacktown Sports, and you and I in our history, it was fun. It's always fun to connect with, the Sixers have kind of a 6 degrees of Sacramento thing. They got Bobby Jackson, they got Brian Gates, Rico Hines, who I don't know well, but who's part of their staff as well. And so I saw Bobby yesterday and made fun of myself when I saw him. I was like, "Hey, Bob, you know how it is. Once a year, I come chase your circus for a couple of days." Because last time I saw him, I believe we were in Fort Collins, Colorado last year for training camp when the James Harden saga was going on. And so the Sixers have had something happening, of an unwelcome type for quite a while. So on this one, it's a mess. 1-6. Embiid won't get back until Tuesday, I think it is, against the Knicks. Last night was so interesting with the Paul George reunion game because, and I wrote this, Jay, you think about all the criticism the Clippers took for losing Paul in general, but also losing Paul for nothing. And then you look at not only Philly, but Milwaukee as well. Philly and Milwaukee are both all in on 3-star plans that are very expensive, that created a lot of hype and had people thinking, myself included, that they could be title contenders. And then you see the downside of it if it doesn't work. And the Clippers, in essence, did not want to go all in on a 3-star plan. With Paul, they pulled back in negotiations in free agency. So, you would have had James Harden, Kawhi Leonard, and Paul George. And so now they lose Paul. And I think where I landed last night was that the Clippers are a flawed team that is going to win games, but not truly contend for the rest of Kawhi Leonard's time, in my opinion. But they have a whole lot more financial freedom and a brighter future than the Sixers do. Now on the Philly side, I don't even know where to begin, man. It's ugly. And I'm just talking about team building. Joel's such a wonderful player, but it's just looking right now like a little bit like Giannis in Milwaukee, where, my goodness, like December hasn't even hit yet. And there's already like legitimate reason to kind of speculate about, are they going to have to come off Joel down the road trade wise? What do they do here? Because this is a title or bust team. That's the way they were built. And if they're not in the running for that, then that's a huge problem.
How serious was he when it was kind of out there that he said he wasn't going to play back-to-back? I mean, he hasn't played yet, but we're talking about back-to-backs as this season goes on. Is that going to be a thing for him?
Yeah, I mean, what I've learned is the left knee situation, which honestly, Joel's a super, super private guy. And again, the comps between him and Kawhi Leonard are pretty remarkable. Both guys really private. So Joel essentially doesn't like the Sixers to be open about his health. And so like whatever's happening with his left knee, I'm fairly confident to say like it has a medical term that they just aren't sharing. I know for a fact they have player comps that they have studied where some of the player comps give them hope and optimism And I'm talking about like other players who have dealt with a specific thing with, that Joel is with the left knee. Some of their player comps indicate that he's going to be okay, and it's something they can manage, for quite some time. There are other player comps that are more concerning. That alone tells you this is a specific physical thing that has to be managed. So, in regards to your question about back-to-backs, the mistake they made was publicly signaling, we're going to have to manage this and not, have him play back-to-backs, but then also saying that he was doing well, basically saying that he was healthy. And that is done because Joel likes it to be done that way. But those two messages don't reconcile. And that's ultimately why the league fined him $100,000. Although I'm burying the lead. The lead here is that when the NBA investigated, they found legitimacy in Joel's left knee situation. So whether he plays back-to-backs, I don't think he will. They determined that this is not a case of them just trying to have their own program with their player for the sake of convenience, that it was necessary, and they just should have handled their messaging better.
I like your analysis, Sam, of thinking right now that the Clippers are in a better position than Philly could be because the Clippers have a little bit more financial freedom. So I'm going to kind of pin this towards Paul George. If Paul George was 1 star of 3 remaining with the Clippers or 1 star of 3 now in Philadelphia, what's a better situation for Paul George?
Well, I mean, this is probably not part of your calculus with your question, but my mind says LA because, the word situation indicates for me on court and off court. Paul grew up in the LA area. He really enjoyed playing there. Last night after the game, you see, his family members in George jerseys hugging him and talking to him on the court after the game. So sometimes we forget about that part. And when the Clippers were negotiating with him, I think they truly believed that desire to stay put was going to help them in negotiations, that he wouldn't want to truly leave. And obviously he did. So, but basketball wise, I think you're basically saying, would you rather hitch your wagon to Kawhi Leonard or Joel Embiid?
Yeah. At
this point, I'm probably going to say Joel, if just purely basketball. We've got I don't even, it's a crapshoot, Jay. Like Joel's stuff it's a decade, I wrote this the other day. I mean, the whole idea that being in business with him is a calculated risk, that was clear right out the gate. When Sam Hinkie, the former Sixers GM, famously drafts Joel, as one of the rewards of the process 10 years ago, they draft him 6 days after he had right foot surgery, and he ultimately misses his first 2 seasons. So that's about as drastic as it comes. Kawhi, both guys have physical things right now that make you wonder if their careers are going to get short or get cut short. Joel is younger, so I'll go with him, and he's younger, and right now he's better when he's available.
Yeah. Your thoughts? You saw the Intuit Dome. It's brand new. It's supposedly all state of the art. What'd you see? What'd you like? What did you not like? What do you think of the Intuit Dome?
Man, I don't even know. Like, I want to be fair because I have this this guilty conscience that comes with, like, I like Steve Ballmer. I like kind of, how he does how he carries himself. It's exciting. It's passionate. It's intense. Like, objectively, we should all have people like that in our careers, our lives. And so that energy I like. So I have this sense of like guilt to be critical of like his baby here, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But man, it was a weird experience. I've been there twice now because I went to media day as well, but this was different. Game day. I don't know how to break it down. Like, a little surreal. Now you've been there, right?
I have not been to the Intuit Dome yet.
Oh, you haven't? Okay.
No.
So here's what's wild for, as a fellow Californian, like, LA, Inglewood.
Yep.
Like, it is, it's just a little bizarre to be cruising through Inglewood, which is still Inglewood in every sense, And then boom, there's like this spaceship, like in the middle of the neighborhood.
Yeah.
And so the part where I'll be a little critical is it's a little bit uncomfortable. You have this $2 billion symbol of opulence and excess absolutely plopped in the middle of poverty and struggle. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Reminds me a little bit of when I was lucky enough to go. This is a hell of a parallel, but I'm going to make it anyway. When I was lucky enough to go with the Kings to India for their preseason games against the Pacers years ago, like the Taj Mahal, like the part they don't tell you is the Taj Mahal is similarly just placed, just surrounded by struggle and poverty. And that contrast really struck me then. So that's my, first takeaway with Intuit, and also just the spatial component. They had to, it's a little sad. Like they had to kick people out of their homes to, and buy them out to get the thing done. So that part that was tough. Like you walk in and like there's literally a Roach Motel, for lack of a better way of putting it, like right next to the arena, whereas you walk in the front doors and you glance to the left, you see like a 3-story motel with a balcony where if somebody went and paid $80 a night to stay there and sat on the balcony, they are overlooking the crowd that is walking into it in the type of like super, super tight spacing that it just strikes you. So that's all the critical stuff. If you just in a vacuum look at the building, there's all kinds of positives. I mean, it's the sight lines were great for the media. And I did love whatever they call the massive video board up top. Yeah. You felt like you were at Disneyland with the vibe. And I know, we can't go on forever about this. I could keep giving you details. One thing that cracked me up, Jay, you know how you're in school and it's like you're changing periods and the bell rings and you're freaking out because you got to get to the next class.
Yeah.
Steve Ballmer, I don't know if you've heard this. He literally installed a bell that tells you like the game is about to start or the game is about to start again. So if you're in the media room doing what we do, you feel like you're going to get in trouble if you don't get back to your seat, and there's even like hype videos that are like, come on, let's go. The game's starting, so that part's cool. Like he really wanted to focus on the game. The restaurants on the concourse are pretty like no frills. Cause the idea is like, and I didn't eat that food, but it's generally like get some calories in the fans, give them their sustenance, but get their ass back in the seat. You've heard about the toilets, same idea, like let people do their business quickly, get back to the game. So it's a lot of it. I mean, as a fan, a lot of interaction stuff on the video board that seemed fun. Again, the obvious one you got to highlight too, man, there's just a lot of empty seats. I mean,
wow.
So, but to that point, I'll spin it positive. I think I walked out of there going, because one of the Clippers people told me, like, listen, like everything we're doing right now, like Steve is looking at it from a long view. It's 10, 20 years out. Mm-hmm. And so that's the mentality you have to have with the Clippers team and with their arena. But, right now you felt kind of bad for him. Like, man, all this work. And then, I mean, I'm talking a lot of empty seats.
Wow.
So, it was an interesting experience.
Well, I do want to ask you about the Clippers too, because they'll be here taking on the Kings Friday night. Sacramento's playing well, winners of 5 of 6. Clippers, I'm still kind of trying to figure them out. They've changed their team. We know that Kawhi's out. No Paul George. We talked about that. Westbrook is gone. What did you see with them? They've been a little up and down so far. What do you think about the Clippers when they come in here on Friday?
Yeah, I mean they've got some talent. Obviously, they can beat you. They're 4-4 now. They've had some good nights. They've had some bad nights. James Harden last night was off from a shooting standpoint. 5 of 15, 1 of 6 from 3. Norm Powell. I guess I'll focus on Norm for a second. If you go back to media day, which I was at for them at Intuit, kind of a under the radar spicy quote that didn't really get much traction nationally was Norm Powell was asked about Paul George's departure. And like, there was a little bit more context here, but bottom line, like, he called it addition by subtraction. And, you know, he did explain that his point was that you had a lot of players like himself who wanted to take advantage of the additional opportunity, and they were hungry to do that. And so, you know, to your question, they've done that. Norm is playing really, really well. Had a great night last night, 26 points, shooting lights out. So they're potent. You know, they're not truly contenders, again, in my opinion, unless Kawhi comes back and is actually himself for an extended stretch. But for a team like the Kings that is on a good run, obviously, and that learned the hard way last season why you just can't take any game for granted and every W matters no matter how ugly it might be, this is another one, just like the Toronto game, that you should be able to get at home, and that if you're not careful, you know, you won't get, because the Clippers are certainly capable of beating them.
Yeah, you've seen the Kings a little bit too. I know you've been in and around our area. Obviously, you're bouncing around all over the place. But just every time you watch them, and anytime you see DeMar DeRozan with this team, whether it's fit or just the way he's playing, I'd be curious your take and what others are saying about the Kings with DeRozan.
Truthfully, I haven't talked to a ton of people about it other than kind of basic stuff. But man, my observations are, it's just, I mean, I haven't studied the defensive tape or looked at the defensive numbers, but they're winning games, and he's just an incredibly productive player, and he's fitting in really, really well. I don't know who to give credit to for this tweet, that kind of mean-spirited but true tweet that made me laugh the other day. Somebody had indicated that, you know, for the pundits that acted like Harrison Barnes and DeMar DeRozan were basically the same player, which I don't know if someone actually said that, but there was like a graphic that had that quote, and then it had, you know, Harrison's current breakdown in San Antonio compared to DeMar's, you know, and it's essentially double the production across the board. It's looking like a wonderful move, and a really dynamic move. I mean, last night, you know, and again, this is the norm. You're looking at that box going, like, I'm always curious, like, okay, because we've talked about how they have so many high usage players now, like, which guy didn't get to eat last night, so to speak? And you look at the box, and more often than not so far, you're like, man, like they kind of all did. Like, maybe Malik, you know, you're shaving a little off the top from a number standpoint. But, you know, Domas is dishing, De'Aaron's doing his thing, you know, DeMar and even Keegan. So no, it looks good.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're happy with what's going on right now. We're right in the beginning of this. It should be fun to see their growth and a lot of other things going on. What's coming up next for you in the Athletic? You said you wrote about, obviously, your situation down there. What else are you working on coming up?
I'm not. Let's see. What do we got next week? I mean, I might go to the Clippers game Friday. Next week, man, you catch me off guard. I don't even know.
You got that ref story coming out yet? The official story you've been talking about?
Look at you, just calling me out on the carpet. When is that ref story?
Well, you referenced it a couple times.
I'm kidding. No, I probably should write it next week. I mean, my plan there, I wanted to kind of retabulate the numbers foul wise and see like I would feel more comfortable writing that story when the narrative is still on track, if that makes sense. Like the defense is truly back in the NBA. But yeah, I mean, that's actually, thank you, Jay. You're helping me plan my week.
Well, there you go. And you can add the stat that the Kings went from worst to first in free throw shooting. I mean, they're the benefit of maybe more calls, and DeMar DeRozan's a big part of it.
Yeah, I mean, although now you're killing the narrative, because the narrative is there's less calls. Like,
okay, well, maybe that's outlier.
It's maybe a little non-PC, but as one GM put it to me, the narrative is that it's, you know, prison ball is back. You know, that you can beat people up. But yeah, I mean, truthfully, as I sit here in this LA hotel room, sleep deprived and ready to go home, I mean, what's ahead for me is getting my butt back to the home front for the entire week next week, which I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Sam, we look forward to seeing you out at the game soon. Keep up the great work. We encourage everybody to check out Sam's work at The Athletic. And Sam, we look forward to talking to you next Thursday.
Thanks, Jay. Be good, brother.
All right, thank you. That is Sam Amick from The Athletic. Again, all his appearances brought to you by your Jiffy Lube locations in the greater Sacramento area. Always love talking to Sam. When we come back, more on the Kings win, including we'll recap 3 in the key. That's coming up. But next, 4 down territory, 4 questions around the NFL as the new week starts tonight with Thursday Night Football. We've got that and more straight ahead here on Sacktown Sports.
Subscribe to Sacktown Sports on YouTube and watch the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and the Drive Guys. Live Monday through Friday from 6 to 6. Plus view archive shows and exclusive content.
Subscribe at youtube.com/Sacktown Sports.
Carmichael Dave here from my good friends at American Energy. Cool weather, if not cold weather, is in our future. You know that. It'll eventually get there, and American Energy wants to make sure your system is operating safely and properly. So now is the time to take advantage of the $49 fall tune-up inspection. That's regularly $119, but includes a full safety and duct inspection. And if your system's over 10 years old, it's free. The tune-up is on American Energy. Give them a call right now. They're offering $50 off your first recommended repair, or if you need a new furnace, that's half off the price of a new unit. American Energy been serving the greater Sacramento area since 1981. A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You can check them out at theaeway.com for an instant quote. That's theaeway.com. Tell them Carmichael Dave sent you.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Domantas Sabonis plays here.
He finds Sabonis. Put the frosting on the cake. Put the cherry on the sundae. Sabonis with a 2-hand flush. Makes it 114-106.
Sacktown Sports is your proud home of the Sacramento Kings.
Everywhere you look, things are getting more expensive. So at Consumer Cellular, we're lowering the price for those 50 and up. Now you can get unlimited talk, text, and data for $30 a line when you buy 2. That's just $60 a month for 2 unlimited lines. So if you're 50 and up, make the switch and save. Come on, you've earned this. Call 1-888-FREEDOM. or visit consumercellular.com today. Requires 2 lines of service, age validation, and credit approval, subject to system and area limits, taxes, and other fees apply.
Imagine your team always looking and feeling their best in high-performance technical workwear. Cintas can make it happen. They have garments for almost every job imaginable. And with the Cintas Workwear program, you get freshly laundered garments delivered every week for everyone on your team. Great garments without the bother of laundry. That's a real perk for employees. Find out how Cintas can boost team image and morale. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
At the law offices of Dale R. Gomes, we understand that when you're facing a crisis, you need more than just a lawyer. You need a team. Our dedicated attorneys work together, combining decades of experience to guide you through personal injury or criminal defense matters with care and expertise. We're committed to supporting you every step of the way, ensuring your voice is heard and your rights are protected. With offices in Sacramento and El Dorado County, reach out to the law offices of Dale R. Gomes today, 916-999-9033, or online at dalegomslaw.com.
When it's all on the line, you need a big-time closer. That's especially true when it comes to your garage door. That's why I proudly recommend National Garage Door. Whitey Gleason here for National Garage Door. And whether you're looking to repair an existing door or get a brand new one installed, you need National Garage Door. Family-owned and operated. They've been around since 1974 because service is their #1 priority. National Garage Door are the region's BSE broken spring experts, and the styles, prices, and quality of the new doors will amaze you. I know they amazed me. Our garage door was starting to sound kind of like a box of scrap metal tumbling down the stairs. So Kevin from National Garage Door came out. He said patching up the old one was an option, but we're going with a new garage door, and we're as excited about that as you can be about a new garage door. National Garage Door sells quality Rainer-branded garage doors. They offer sales, service, and installation on all residential and commercial doors and operators. If you have garage door needs, old ones coming apart, or you're looking to improve your curb appeal, let National Garage Door come through for you in the clutch and be your closer. 338-4554 National Garage Door.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
David Dusek writes in Golf Week that according to FootJoy, about 65% of golfers wear the wrong size golf gloves. A properly fit and maintained golf glove will help you stay connected to the club without extra tension, which can mean more speed. Snug is the name of the game. A perfect glove should fit like a second skin, wrapping tightly around your palm and fingers. If the glove is too loose, the extra material can bunch up and lead to a bad connection between your hands and the grip. The fingers of the glove should extend just to the tips of your fingers. If there's too much space at the end of your fingers, try a cadet version of the glove made for golfers who have shorter fingers and wider palms. The Velcro closure should only require a slight pull to secure. If you're stretching the strap significantly, the glove is too small. Natural leather offers superior feel and touch. Synthetic leather gloves tend to cost less and probably last longer. After your round, air out your glove to maintain softness and flexibility. That's your Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
All guests come to you from the Folsom Lake Honda Hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Carmichael Dave.
He has very good sources, and he just kind of tells it as it is and gets to the point.
Jason Ross.
He has a lot of pretty smart things to say.
He's good at what he does.
On Sacktown Sports.
More on the Sacramento Kings win last night. That's 5 of 6. Had a good road trip. Finally got some revenge on the Toronto Raptors. They're done with Toronto, unless they meet them in the finals.
I'm gonna do my stuff.
Yeah, get out of here. Hopefully you had a chance to hear Kings Rewind back at 7 o'clock. Anything you ever missed? Sam Amick's conversation, sports business with Kelly Brothers, Kings Rewind, anything from the show. You can go back to our podcast page, check it out at your convenience. Listen when you want. As we had Dave with us the first couple of hours, he'll be back tomorrow. And some stuff that will be announced, I guess, as Dave was teasing us all that we're going to find out some more things coming up. Where
I don't think he should tease us as well.
I know. He just teased us all day long, all morning.
Especially in that suit. Wow.
That's right. Roar. Yeah, that's the other part. Go back to our YouTube page. You're going to have to see Carmichael Dave in a suit. And he actually had suit pants, too. I thought they were short, like a newsman outfit, like you see shorts underneath. Nope. He had the whole deal, dress shoes and everything. He looked great. But again, we'll find out more about that. We got Styles and Watkins coming up at 10, the Drive Guys then at 2 o'clock. So lots to get to between now and then. Coming up in our next segment as well, we'll have Kill Switch Engage tickets to give away. So we got a busy time to go between now and 10 o'clock. But let's, before we get back into the Kings and recap our 3 in the key in our next segment, let's get to 4 down territory. All right, Chris, let's do it. We got 4 downs. Let's start with, what do you say we start with first down?
No, we'll do that. Okay. More change. Thursday night football, Bengals at Ravens. Who you got?
All right. Well, it's in Baltimore. They are the better team, at least record-wise, and I think a lot of people would consider that as the truth in this statement. So I will take the Ravens. That's not really a stretch. I think Dave said the spread earlier. I think it was 5.5 points for Baltimore. They've been consistently the better team. I do think highly of the Bengals. I told you in the preseason that was my preseason AFC representative in the Super Bowl. I don't feel as good about that right now. Obviously, the way the Ravens have played, the Bills have played, certainly Kansas City is the 2-time champs, the way they've played. The season isn't defined now, and the Bengals are still looking for that benchmark win. We talked about earlier with Dave, like their wins are the Panthers, the Giants, the Browns, and the Raiders. Nothing of great substance. Now their losses, they've lost to the Eagles, the Ravens already, the Commanders, the Chiefs, and they had that bad one to open the season with the Patriots. But they were 0-3, and they have played a little bit better heading into tonight's game. So big game, probably more so for the Bengals, but the Ravens want to keep things going and keep right up there with Pittsburgh. It's a good division battle, but the question is who you got. I'm going to take the Ravens in this one. All right, second down.
Next 5 years, who would you rather have, Joe Burrow or Lamar Jackson?
As much of a fan as I am of Burrow, and I think what he can be when all is right. I mean, Joe Burrow's a terrific quarterback, but how can you pick against Lamar Jackson? I mean, Lamar Jackson consistently does it every year. He's having a better year than he did a year ago. He's been a 2-time MVP. Yeah, he's the box he has to check is winning the Super Bowl. Get in line. There's a lot of guys that haven't done that. Doesn't mean he's not a terrific player. Doesn't mean Baltimore should think about doing something else. I've said this before. I'll say it again. You either are trying to find your franchise quarterback or you've got them. They've got him. No, he's not a franchise receiver. Those of you out there that think Lamar Jackson should be a receiver, I think that group is gone. I'd take Lamar Jackson. I mean, Burrow's awesome, but Lamar Jackson's the choice there.
This is a hot take for me, but I'm going to say it. I don't care who hears it. I think you need more than just a quarterback to win a Super Bowl.
Chris, you need to cool down with those takes. It's true. But, I mean, he had the 1 seed last year. The pushback would be, look, Lamar finally had home field. They had the 1 seed. They couldn't win it. Well, it's going to help him, too, now that they got Derrick Henry. That makes Lamar better. Derrick Henry's had a great year. They've got better receivers. They just keep slowly adding things. Baltimore's going to be a problem, certainly. I think Lamar Jackson's part of the solution, not part of the problem. So, yeah, the next 5 years still give me Lamar. Let's go to question number 3.
Which below 500 team do you fear the most?
Okay, now with all of this being said, you start to look at that list. The Bengals are a team that I had put there in the Super Bowl to represent the AFC. Here would be your candidates, I would say. Miami, maybe, but they're 2-6. The Jets at 3-6. I still don't believe the hype there, though they played their best game of the year. Who else is down there? The Bengals, I think, would be a candidate. Okay, now let's go to the NFC. You know, Cowboys have a reputation. They've got some injuries. I'll defend them on that on the defensive side, but they just look bad. Who else could you say as a potential candidate? I guess Seattle at 4-5. But to me, amongst that list, it is clearly, I think I would say at this point, it is clearly the Cincinnati Bengals. That would be the team that would give me the most fear right now. But they got to start showing that and backing that up and make that look like they are a team truly to watch out for. All right, let's get to our 4th down question.
Which matchup of college football's first playoff release would excite you the most?
All right, so now you got to look at the top 12 and the way the bracket would lay out. Of course, there are the 4 teams that have the bye, and that's Oregon, Georgia, Miami, and BYU at the moment. So if we're looking at the first round, the 12 versus 5, 11 versus 6, 7-10, and 8-9 matchup. Here are your 4 matchups. Boise State, Ohio State. Again, this is very, very early. All this could change. It wouldn't be that one, though. That one's good. Alabama, Texas is probably the one that jumps off the most. That's an 11-6. 10-7 is Notre Dame, Penn State, and 9-8 Indiana, Tennessee. Indiana's been a great story. Still trying to figure out if they're good, but they've been great this year. I think you're just going for branding and name power, and it's probably the too easy of an out for me to say it, but I'm going to go right there. It's number 11 Alabama versus number 6 Texas. Part of me, the frustration is the fact that Alabama, with a couple of losses, is still in that top 12. I think they've just expanded the field, and we've expanded the same issues we had before. Should a 1 or 2 loss SEC team be in the top 4? A lot of times they get one. Now they got a couple loss Alabama team that is still there and is probably going to work their way up, especially if they don't lose again. So you still got the things that you want. You got a BYU in there. You've got Boise State in there. Indiana's in there. These are good things, and I think this is the first run at it. I'm really excited to see how that final 12 will shape up, and then certainly how the tournament, the little mini tournament, will go. I know at the FCS level where Sac State and UC Davis is, I love the 24-team playoff format they have. Unfortunately for the Hornets, they're not going to be in that this year. The Aggies will be, as they're having an amazing year. But I think that group and the FCS has done that in a really nice way. All right, that's 4 down territory. When we come back, a busy segment, we will have what's hot and what's not. We will have a recap of 3 in the Key, and we will have your chance for Kill Switch Engage tickets. That's all coming up and more on the Kings' victory over Toronto last night, straight ahead here on Sacktown Sports.
Trying to find out where to catch your favorite team's games?
Are you a fan of the Kings, Niners, and the NFL? Well, Sacktown Sports has you covered.
Touchdown! San Francisco! It's all on his shoulders. Cox rocks. He fires for the win. He's got the triple.
Catch all your Kings, Niners, and NFL games all year long on Sacktown Sports and SacktownSports.com.
Don't you deserve healthcare you can count on? Well, you can count on United Healthcare with Medicare plans that fit your life today and as your needs change tomorrow. You can enjoy reliable coverage and low out-of-pocket costs with a Medicare Advantage plan from United Healthcare. United Healthcare Medicare Advantage plans. Made for California, trusted everywhere. The Medicare annual enrollment period ends December 7th, so go to uhc.com/Medicare today.
Black Friday is on its way at Fasteners Inc. Tool Outlet, and there's no better place to shop for all your power tools. Low price Makita Bear tools starting at $89, Makita batteries starting at just $49, and many more of the year's hottest deals. November 25th through December 2nd. That's right, one whole week of crazy deals on power tools. So don't forget, our Black Friday sale will be November 25th through December 2nd. Check us out at 6701 Power Inn Road or online at fastenersinc.net.
We just want to have enough money for retirement.
And travel to visit our grandchildren.
I understand. That's why at Fisher Investments, we start by getting to know each other so I can learn about your family, lifestyle, goals, and needs, allowing us to tailor your portfolio.
What about commission-based products?
We don't sell those. We're a fiduciary, obligated to act in your best interest.
So how do your management fees work?
We have a simple management fee based on the value of your portfolio. So we do better when you do better.
We appreciate that kind of transparency.
We also check in with you regularly to keep you up to date on the markets and your portfolio.
Well, what other services do you offer?
As a client, you have access to resources on investing, financial planning, estate planning, Social Security, Medicare, and more.
Wow, sounds like Fisher Investments has everything we need.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at fisherinvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Welcome back to another exciting game day. Grab your rally towels, throw on your jerseys, cheer, shout, and save on your gas. That's right, sports fans win big on home game days. Score instant savings of 25 cents per gallon on Shell V-Power Nitro Plus Premium Gasoline with the Fuel Rewards program. And that's a victory for you and your tailgate team. Download the app, join the Fuel Rewards program today, and game on. Restrictions apply. Limited time. At participating Shell stations. For more details, visit fuelrewards.com.
It's time for the Sacktown Sports live events calendar, the hottest live events lineup just for you. Kicking things off for comedy fans, don't miss David Spade bringing his sharp wits at Hard Rock Live Sacramento on November 22nd, followed by the hilarious Russell Peters lighting up the stage the next night, November 23rd. Then get ready to feel those good vibrations with the legendary Beach Boys on November 24th at Hard Rock Live. And for classic rock lovers, the Black Crowes are rocking the same stage November 30th. All of these are brought to you by our friends at Live Nation. The original Jersey Boys, Midtown Men, are bringing their holiday show to Thunder Valley on December 8th. Then kicking off the year in style, country stars Dylan Scott and Jackson Dean are hitting Thunder Valley on January 10th. And the one and only Bill Engvall will be there too, cracking up the crowd on January 11th. Don't miss these incredible events coming your way, and stay tuned for more info. To get details, head to sacktownsports.com.
The holidays are always a great time to get together with family and friends, but nothing beats the thrill of Stockton Honda's deals. During Happy Honda Days, find the perfect ride in person or online. With over 400 new Hondas ready to go, now is the time to buy at Northern California's #1 Honda deal, Stockton Honda.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
#1 claims based on 2023 total new and Honda certified pre-owned vehicle car sales from American Honda Motor Company sold on report.
What's hot and what's not? Brought to you by American Energy Heat and Air, making the uncomfortable comfortable. Head to AmericanEnergyAir.com to find out more.
What's hot?
Yeah, hot. Real hot. And what's not?
It's not good. Brought to you by American Energy Heating and Air, Sacramento's complete heating and cooling company, and second opinion partner.
All right, it is that time of the show to figure out who or what is hot and who or what is not. So, Chris, let's start with hot. Who is hot?
Domantas Sabonis.
Yeah, he is.
Last night, he had a perfect triple-double. He had 17 points, 11 rebounds, and 13 assists. He was 6 of 6 from the field, 5 of 5 from the free throw line, and had 0 turnovers.
He was so good last night. What was great for him, I know he doesn't care about stats. You were at the game too. They adjusted one of his stats at halftime. So when the half ended, he had 9 assists. When the second half started, he had 10. So they gave him one. There wasn't a gift. They look at things back, and so when you're already at 10 assists and you don't have the double yet, and with points or rebounds, I'm like, this is he's getting the double, but I go, the odds of the triple double are really, really good.
I want to say he had like only 3 or 4 rebounds.
Yeah. At the
and
half.
Already, and had the 10 assists already.
Yeah, I want to say he might have been like 6, 3, and 10.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, he's going to get 4 points, but I think he'll get 7 rebounds. And then, yeah, he got that one easily. He's just statistically, I don't know.
And the offensive rebounds he was getting last night.
Yeah, that was battling. Big. There was that one sequence where I think the Kings got 4 offensive rebounds in a row. And then finally, I think Herter scored. And you're like, man, I mean, Herter got one, Murray got one. Maybe it was Fox. There was a back tap. Man, that was just
the interesting thing about that night, too. It was for the first 3 quarters, I don't think it was good from both teams offensively. And
what, rebounds or just the play?
Just playing. Because there were so many times where the arena felt like it's like, oh, if they hit this, it's gonna explode.
Yeah.
But it didn't happen. It didn't happen. And there's that moment in the third quarter when Herter hit a 3 where like the place exploded.
Yeah, there was that. And I felt like there was the anticipation because he's such a fun player to watch. There's so much anticipation when he has it. Where Malik had a couple of transitions, and I'm like, what are you doing? Like, he kind of short-circuited. I don't know what happened to Malik on a couple of possessions. He was kind of wilding out. But then he got it going, and he started playing better. But he had, I want to say, Chris, 2 or 3 of those, at least 2 in transition. I'm like, what's happening here? There was one, he took off from far out, and I'm like, oh, my gosh, is he going to crank that up and dunk it? And then he kind of lost it, got tangled in. And I'm like, oh, boy, Malik, you're a little bit out of control tonight. All right, so that's who's hot. How about who's not?
Kings and Raptors 3-point shooting.
Yeah.
Raptors were 10 of 34 from 3. Kings were 10 of 35 from behind the arc for combined 29% shooting on the night.
I said it earlier with Dave. The one, he said he had the tickle in his throat about the offense. I'm wondering are they not a good 3-point shooting team for the Kings, because I know they're capable. I know they're going to have a game or 2 where they shoot it great, but it hasn't happened yet.
Yeah.
And they're getting plenty open looks.
Just looking at glass half full, like they haven't had that. So when that does come,
look out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look out. It should be pretty spectacular if and when that happens. We're going to recap 3 in the key in a moment. But before we get to that, in the break, I was eating a stuffed bell pepper, and you kind of gave me a look when I said, "Oh, I've got a second one, Chris. Would you like a bell pepper?" You're like, "No, it's too early for that."
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like stuffed pepper at minimum has to be a late lunch.
Yeah. You know what I have literally changed in this morning shift is I generally have more of a breakfast. I mean, it could be filled with it. It's not. It's, got like chicken and rice and vegetables, and it's really, really good. But I always in my mind, there's a mental thing about, no, it's the morning. Like I can't have, it's got to be eggs. It's got to be like a fruit. It's got to be.
Meanwhile, I'm
cereal.
chowing down on Halloween candy.
It's got to be a granola bar. But I think I've shifted that. Not always. I mean, I'll generally have more of a breakfast-y type thing. But why is that a thing? Like, there's just like a mental block, or if like at night, oh, I can't have that. It's too late. Well, why?
Yeah.
But it's just like, well, that's when breakfast is, and that's not a breakfast food. It's not traditionally, but
and like, what makes it a breakfast food too?
Right. Or why couldn't you have? I'm gonna have a steak for lunch. Why not?
What's funny is like I don't want a like quote lunch or dinner type of meal for breakfast.
Right.
But I love breakfast for dinner.
I absolutely love breakfast for dinner. And you're right. I don't know why it's reversed like that, or why it's
I think it's
acceptable.
more of the fact of this is prime breakfast time and you're saying no.
Right. I do remember one of them, early on starting this and doing the mornings. This would be a couple years ago. And then down there near probably around this time, maybe a little bit later, maybe going to say hi to Pat, Tom, and Cody, and Tom's eating a sandwich. I'm like, sandwich? He goes, yeah, it's my lunchtime. I'm like, lunch? I go, well, I mean, I guess if
he also goes to sleep at like 7:45.
Maybe earlier. Maybe at 4. All right, that's who's hot, who's not. Let's do it. Let's recap and see what our predictions for 3 in the key. All right, how do we do on our predictions? We had 3 categories on predictions from last night. We were talking about Davion Mitchell coming back. Nice ovation for Davion. I thought he looked great. Davion was awesome.
What the thing too that I noticed, like on the bench, he was getting hyped. He was getting into it.
Yeah.
But it didn't bother me nearly as much as Halliburton.
Explain.
Because Davion was cheering for his team, and he's up and he's throwing his towel like, let's go, let's go, let's go. But it was on the court. It was like he's cheering on his team. Halliburton, it was more of
look at me.
Hey, look at me. Oh, you guys, look how well we're winning. We're winning. We're up big now. And it's just like, dude, turn around.
Yeah.
What do you think that there could be a chance that at some point Halliburton will start getting booed by Kings fans?
I don't, but I'm not. Like, you've turned on him.
Yes.
Others I've heard that are less. He was so well liked, but it has turned a little bit.
I'm trying to think, like Isaiah Thomas.
Yes.
Whenever he would come back, it's just like, yeah,
gold.
If he just shows up,
right,
he's gonna get a standing ovation.
Yeah,
that's what I felt like Halliburton was.
Should have been.
It should have been, and then it got into they didn't want me, and it's just like, man, that sucks.
Yeah,
I
the
feel
first
bad
time he
for
said,
him.
I'm like, oh man, he's gutted here. I wanted him to be a
and then he
king.
kept going on and on. It's like, okay, man, like you got to get past this.
Yeah,
you're doing good. And then it's like, oh, I'm in the perfect place. We're winning. We're gonna beat you and stuff like. So it's just like, come on, man.
Well, and part of it turned for me on some of it was not his fault. It was like the national narrative. Like, how could they trade him? Traded the wrong guard. He's the best thing, and it's like, oh, he's good. Like, I'm not. There's no shade at that, but I feel like at times he's gotten a little more hype than he should have had. But he's a great player. He really is.
He's a very good player, but I will say he's more often to have an off night than Sabonis.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Yeah,
he's more like, but like he'll have a game where he just goes off,
and it's the lead. Everybody's like, who else can get 16 assists and 20 points? I'm like, Sabonis.
But then Halliburton will have like 8 points, 6 assists, and it's just like, dude, what did you even do for them?
Right. So we were talking about Davion. Our prediction was how many points and steals. Dave said 12 points, 3 steals. We all had 3 steals, by the way. I had 9 points, 3 steals. Chris, you had 7 points and 3 steals. I guess Dave gets this one. He went for 20 points in a steal.
Crazy.
He was good. Like, there was a point where, like, good for you, Davion. Good for you know, Davion.
Stop, Davion.
Yeah. Calm down. Calm down, off night. My goodness. All right. Then we asked about the 2 clutch Kings in the fourth quarter. Fourth quarter points for De'Aaron Fox and fourth quarter points for DeMar DeRozan. Dave said 7 and 7. I said 6 and 6. Chris, you said 7 for Fox, 10 for DeRozan. The correct answer was 5 for Fox, 11 for DeRozan. So, Chris, you take that one home. Man, DeRozan was so good.
Yeah.
You know, and Henry told me.
He kept getting in that spot.
That's it. Henry goes, you watch him. He's got like 4 spots. It's like the foul line right and left side, the baseline right and left side. And then you kind of watch, you're like, yeah, you're right. He gets there, though. He doesn't get stopped. He's so comfortable. And sometimes you go, that's predictable. Stop it. They can't stop it. He's just, it's nice to have a weapon like that. That's for sure. And then we asked for the random stat of the night. Let me see. Dave had Davion will block a De'Aaron shot and celebrate to the crowd. No blocks for him, though he played well. That doesn't count there. I said the Kings would have the first time this season they would shoot above 40% from 3. Chris just gave the who's not. Sacramento, as you heard, 10 of 35, 28%. Nope. Did not happen. But our last prediction, Chris's random stat. Chris said Keegan Murray would have a double-double. Well, 22 and 13 would qualify as a double-double.
Keegan got that early.
Was a monster. Keegan was great. He was aggressive from the beginning, and he was terrific. We're going to talk more about Keegan coming up in the next hour, but as we go to break here in this hour, it is your chance to win Kill Switch Engage tickets. Headbangers, hardcore kids, and broken hearts unite. Kill Switch Engage is touching down in Sacramento. It's next spring, and Sacktown Sports wants you in the building. Hit up the Folsom Lake Honda hotline right now. We're looking for caller number. Let's go with, do you have a number, Chris?
2.
Caller number 2. Being quickly to score that pair of tickets, check out Kill Switch Engage only at Hard Rock Live on March 15th, courtesy of Live Nation. For more information, visit sacktownsports.com. Caller number 2, 916-339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. You will win that pair of tickets. Final hour of the show. When we come back, we're going to talk more about that win, get more reaction. You'll hear the G-Man with Domantas Sabonis. And what does Domantas Sabonis say? The 2 words were said by Mike Brown that motivated the Kings to come back and get the victory. You want to hear that next.
The only place you'll find Malik Monk is Sacktown Sports.
Oh my, what an athletic move that time by Malik Monk.
Hey Sacramento, it's Malik Monk and you're listening to the home of the Sacramento Kings, Sacktown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
When I wake up
The best mornings
in the morning light,
start with Wrangler.
I pull on my jeans and I feel alright.
Jeans, jackets, and shirts that get your day started. Good mornings make for better days. Wrangler, for the ride of life.
Time to work on your gift list with Black Friday deals at the Home Depot. Right now, get a select tool from top brands like Ryobi and Milwaukee for free when you buy a select battery kit. Choose from reciprocating saws, multi-tools, sanders, and more. Whether you're stocking up on power for your personal workshop or grabbing the perfect gift for someone else's. Get Black Friday tool deals delivered from the Home Depot. Limit 1 per transaction. Exclusions apply. Full eligible tool list in-store and online.
Carmichael Dave with a simple question. What are you thankful for this year? So many things to consider, but one thing we can all agree on is a well-running vehicle to get you where you need to go each and every day. Jiffy Lube would like to say thank you to all their customers this November. Whether a weekend road trip to Lake Tahoe or your daily commute to work, Jiffy Lube has you covered. Serving the greater Sacramento area since 1984. Visit jiffylube.com today to find a location near you, generous oil change coupons, and more. Happy Thanksgiving and holiday driving from Jiffy Lube.
Coach Doug Christie here for your truck headquarters, reminding you that every deal at Folsom Lake Ford is a slam dunk. Shop all your favorite models on sale now, including America's best-selling truck for over 47 years, Ford F-Series, plus a huge selection of Broncos, Bronco Sports, and all of Ford's award-winning SUVs at FolsomLakeFord.com. Listen, I know a great play when I see one, and if you want to save on a new Ford, you gotta drive the lane straight to Folsom Lake Ford in the Folsom Auto Mall. Right now, buy any new Ford with 0 down on approval of credit. Save big with low interest financing, and Folsom Lake Ford always pays top dollar for your trade. So hurry to Folsom Lake Ford, a 6-time Triple Crown winner for sales and service excellence. That's why they're my trusted dealer, and they should be yours too. Tell them Coach Doug Christie sent you, or shop them online at FolsomLakeFord.com.
The year was 1948. The Sacramento Symphony was founded. Harry Truman was president. Jerry Mathers from Leave It to Beaver was born. And Walter Keyes opened his first Naturewood home furnishing store 76 years ago on 25th and Broadway. Hi, I'm Frank LaRosa with Golf to Go. All those many years ago, the Keyes family promised integrity and quality in serving families just like yours and mine. Near as I can tell, Walter would have been pretty proud to know that those same values are evident today at Naturewood Home Furnishings. The Naturewood team takes great pride and significant effort to offer Northern California families a vast selection of home furnishings. Furnishings that not only last for generations, but also lead to everlasting memories of cherished times. Visit Naturewood Home Furnishings now during their Veterans Day Save the Tax sale and get started making your own brand of memories. The Keyes family would love to hear them. Naturewood Home Furnishings off Highway 50 at Hazel. Look for the water wheel. The Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop is the only store in the world to be named the top 100 shop for 40 years straight. Yes, the only golf shop in the world. Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop is your unsurpassed spot to find the hottest golf gear, best pricing, and elite expertise. Try any club on the shelf on the driving range for free and let our staff show you everything you need to look and play better. You love golf. The Hagen Oaks team loves golf too. Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop, Fulton Avenue, Business 80. Learn more at HagenOaks.com or 916-481-GOLF.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, Sacktown Sports 1140. The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
Keegan has it, gets in the paint, the pop-up 7-footer, no good. Tipped in by Sabonis. There's the triple-double. 15 points, 10 rebounds, 12 assists, Triple-double number 3 on the season for Domas, number 61 in his career.
And we cut it off there. That's the moment you were texting us yesterday, Chris, where the Domantas Sabonis chant, full roar last night. That was cool. Good energy ultimately got there.
The perfect situation that we talked about. An and one timeout.
Yeah.
Just let the fans go crazy.
Yeah, he has the capper of the play. It was perfect too. That rebound got him the triple double and the points, and then he already had the assists. And give the fans time to hear the song, to really get into it. It was a good night. It was a good night for the Kings. They had to work for it. Toronto was tough, and Sacramento ultimately got the win. We got more on that. We're going to hear from Sabonis in just a moment. Want to clean up a few things from the last hour. Let's go to the text line here. Let's see. Stuffed bell peppers are so good. I've never had one until I started working at Costco. That was from Leezy. Let's see. It's weird you can eat breakfast anytime.
Where does Leezy work, or where did he work?
He was working at Costco.
We bring the boom. That's what we do.
Let's see.
He sees Frankie all the time.
All the time. Let's see. It's weird you can eat breakfast at any time, but you can't have lunch for breakfast. Okay.
Yeah, no one's excited like, oh, let's have lunch for breakfast.
Yeah, you know what I could have is a nice sandwich, soup and sandwich.
I could really go for a Caesar salad right now.
Someone in the 209 went to Echo and Rig last night, and our server said Sir Patrick Stewart was recently there. Well, I think we can.
Patrick Stewart money.
We could confirm that P. Stew, as Dave calls him, was in town. Yeah. Whether at Echo
when was that?
What?
When was he in town?
Patrick Stewart?
Yeah.
Remember when Dave picked him up and everything?
No. I'm very upset with Dave right now.
Yeah, he talked about it on the show.
Was I here?
Yeah, I think so.
This doesn't sound right.
Okay. I'm going to ask, we'll retell the story tomorrow. We were talking about Halliburton.
He's trying to keep me away from Patrick Stewart.
He is.
When I might say, I think I'm just as big a Patrick Stewart fan as he is.
Oh, I wish. We were talking about Tyrese Halliburton. Here's one, Chris. I think people are annoyed that he seems to be still salty about the trade. Another one says, totally true, guys. He is way overhyped. Okay. Well, we'll see. And another one, we do shrimp and crab stuffed bell peppers.
Oh,
you would like that.
I would love that.
See, that's the good thing. So my wife made these this time, and it's like my little area, and then hers has, I don't think it has crab, it has shrimp in it. So
okay.
I stay away from that one.
I'm about to go on my crab fishing trip in a couple weeks.
That's right. So you want me to bring you in one tomorrow that's shrimp if we still have one?
Yeah.
Oh, see, now it's a game changer.
I'll take that.
Okay. So last night, Sacramento trailed by 9 was their worst deficit, but they were kind of hanging around. They did a good job to have the lead by halftime, had a tough third quarter this time. Remember, that used to kind of be a trend for the Kings. Have been much better in the third quarters this year, but gave up 39 points. That was absolutely brutal. And I think Toronto had a bunch of points in the paint, hit 4 of 6 threes, I want to say, in that quarter, and just way more effective in the third quarter.
And I was talking to Sean at halftime, and we were talking. I said, like, honestly, the Kings are lucky that they're not down 15 right now, because there were so many like turnovers and just like bad shots, and luckily for them, Toronto just couldn't capitalize on any of those.
Yeah, and I think it was good to stay close enough, and then obviously they had the close lead at half. Then they were trailing again, and then once they kind of got it. They just went right past the Raptors. Had a great fourth quarter. It's so nice to have a weapon like DeRozan to come through. But was there other motivations going on for the Kings? Here was a fun interaction post-game with the triple-double man, Domantas Sabonis, with our own G-man, Gary Gerald. And Domantas will reveal something that he said was the key. Coaches get in there. What message could they say? We heard the other night when the Kings played Miami, the players kind of policed each other and got after it. A lot was said, kind of a fiery halftime. They came out and had a great third quarter. Let's hear if Domantas lets us in on a little secret here with what happened last night.
Domantas, G-Man here. You got us okay?
Yep.
All right. How good does it feel to get a little semblance of revenge in this one after the overtime loss Saturday night.
It's great. It's been a long road trip. We're all tired, and I'm just happy we came out here and got it done.
You played 33 and a half minutes tonight. Is that an area where you're comfortable in the amount of minutes played?
Oh, yeah, of course. I actually feel this might be the least minutes I've played all year. So I'm happy for that. I'm happy we took care of business and we could get some rest.
This was a strange one in many circumstances. You find yourself down by 4 going to the fourth quarter, and suddenly the intensity level ratcheted up dramatically, and you have a great run. What was the difference in accomplishing that separation?
Coach said these 2 words he never uses, and that kind of changed everything for us.
Interesting. 2 words that he never uses.
He said day off if we win. That's all we needed.
6 of 6 from the field, 5 of 5 at the free throw line for the triple-double tonight. The Kings have now won 5 of the last 6. How good does it feel to see this team shooting free throws so well?
It feels good. We're just out there, I don't even want to talk about it. I'm just happy they're going in and, we're locked in.
Are you superstitious?
No, but the Kings have had some history with that, so let's just change the topic.
Okay, we shall do that. The beam has been lit. All is good. You start thinking about the LA Clippers coming in here Saturday night. You get a chance to get some more rest tomorrow with the family, and that should put you in good shape, right?
Yep. We're excited. It's a big game for us.
Domantas, thank you as always for a couple of moments of your time. Congratulations.
All right. Thank you.
All right. There's the G-Man with Domantas Sabonis. So the 2 magic words, day off. We always say the greatest motivator a coach can have is the bench, like playing time. I'm going to put you on the bench. You're not performing, Chris Verlaud, to the bench. Well, sometimes I need another way to get up. Hey, guys, you win today? Day off tomorrow.
I don't know about you, but playing in high school when the coach would be like, hey, guys, we put a great practice together, get all our stuff in. You guys can have tomorrow off. And it's like, and then it would just be our worst practice ever.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What happened to you guys?
I don't know. We'd just be so high, like
it
wouldn't be that we weren't trying. It would be just like making dumb mistakes, like throwing the ball away. Like,
come on, we're trying to be off tomorrow.
Not getting the play right, like not doing our press right, and then it would just be at one point, he's like, all right, you're gonna run. So then we'd run. It's like, and you're not getting tomorrow off.
Yeah, I think I'm trying to remember, and it's hard to put yourself back exactly in some of these things. I think our reward was not a day off per se. Actually, I liked practice. What everybody seemed to hate, Chris, was like the conditioning at the end or line drills or whatever form of punishment we had. So I think it would be like, hey, you guys do this. We won't do line drills at the end. And then I was like, oh, yes. That was like the greatest motivator. So yeah, there's Mike Brown works them pretty hard. They've been some longer practices. They don't get a lot of time off. And look, if it's early in the season, but if that's a motivator, whatever it might be. And I like that there's little things that's getting this team going here, because we heard the story about both Domantas and DeRozan said at halftime of the Miami game that we kind of got after each other. And again, I don't think it matters who said it, what was said. The response, though, was good. They had a great third quarter in Miami and ended up winning that game. And if that's what it takes to get you to play, and I don't even know if it's one related to the other, but if you believe that, good for them, and a nice win, and now a day off.
One of those things of you always hear about like the player-only meeting type of thing. And whenever that happens early, it's like, uh-oh. And then things don't change. That's one of those things that could be like, oh, man, I don't know what to do now.
Yeah.
So it's good that they can, because I think like for some teams that could kind of like break up everything. Well, it's not my fault. It's your fault.
Right.
I'm going to do my thing. I don't care about what you do type of thing.
Yeah.
But this team, especially with Mike Brown, they really seem to come together when they need to.
Well, and so much of it, and really if you go around let's take the top, if we say the top 8, the starting 5, and then Keon, Malik, and Lyles, and really the next one is probably Len. That 9, it's only DeRozan that's really new.
Yeah.
So they've been together. They know. And I think really when I think about it for this team or for others, when it's players only or whatever was said, it's just maybe a sharper form of communication. Communication is so important. It's like, okay, that's how you're feeling, or this is what I think is happening. This is what I'm doing. This is what you're not doing, whatever it might be. I think those things can be healthy. They can also go the other way. Believe me, they can get toxic, but it all is better when you win. And I think this team, after the 0-2 start, which I remember Mike Brown's first year when they started 0-4, he did a good job of that time. It's like, man, I think this might be a good team, but they're 0-4. And a lot of those games were close. And he's like, look, we're close. I'd be more concerned if they weren't playing well. That's the kind of things Mike Brown was saying. Well, this year when they lost the first two, either game could have gone their way. And, a lot of people are staying positive. This was after a winless preseason, which I know doesn't matter per se, but it wasn't that they played that well at the end of the preseason. So you kind of put all those together. Well, this team has stayed with it. They've been in a lot of close games. They found ways to win at the end. And the best part to me is watching this team, there still is the best basketball ahead. They have not shot the ball from three well. They've been great at the foul line. They're spreading the wealth out. You can see how difficult they are of a matchup late in games with what Fox can do in the fourth, what DeRozan can do. You've already had Domantas with a putback winner. Keegan's had a look at a three to win a game. They've just got capable people. I think Herter's, was back last night. I thought he was aggressive. He had some good takes to the basket. He wasn't just settling for 3-point attempts. So it's rounding into form, and I love what, when G-Man asked Sabonis about the minutes last night, I did think that was kind of the best minute distribution and production at the same time. So it wasn't, well, Sabonis got his triple-double, but he played 40 minutes or 39 minutes. He was at 33-plus and got the triple-double. So DeRozan was at 34 and got 27. Murray's at 34 and got the double-double. Fox 34, and then Herter 24. You still got your Monk minutes, your Ellis minutes, and I think the bench kind of responded in a little bit better of a way than I think they've been too. So a well-rounded victory, a game I felt like the Kings really needed to get. We know about coming home after a road trip can be a little bit of a challenge, but the fresh revenge on their mind with the Raptors, they did a good job of that. We'll come back and talk more about it, get more post-game reaction to the win. And we'll hear from Mike Brown and get some more thoughts as Sacramento now improves to 5-3. We've got more on that as we continue on Sacktown Sports.
Did you miss any part of our live local shows? Don't worry, you never have to miss them again. Check out SacktownSports.com and search our podcast page and play our shows when you want. The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and the Drive Guys. Plus, other podcasts like Return of the Empire, Return of the Roar, the Stingers Up podcast, and Golf to Go with Frank LaRosa.
They're all available right now on SacktownSports.com.
Everywhere you look, things are getting more expensive. So at Consumer Cellular, we're lowering the price for those 50 and up. Now you can get unlimited talk, text, and data for $30 a line when you buy two. That's just $60 a month for 2 unlimited lines. So if you're 50 and up, make the switch and save. Come on, you've earned this. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com today. Requires 2 lines of service, age validation, and credit approval, subject to system and area limits, taxes, and other fees apply.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer? Can we sleep cooler? Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. And now, during our Veterans Day sale, save 40% on the Sleep Number Special Edition Smart Bed, plus free home delivery with any base. Ends Monday. To learn more, go to sleepnumber.com.
Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
On Sacktown Sports.
DeMar DeRozan now top of the foul circle to the left elbow. Picks up the dribble, throws to Keegan in the right corner for 3. He nails the 3 ball. Keegan Murray with a triple, his third of the night in 8 attempts. He's got 22 points. Kings have their biggest lead at a quiet 7.
Yeah, Kings would extend that lead. 22 points, 12 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 block for Keegan Murray. He was great. On the list of Kings that played really, really well. And it's good to see. And I want to spend a little time talking about Keegan Murray and what Coach had to say about him, what others have been saying about him. Look, this guy has been asked to do a lot for this team. We kind of know the roles of everyone. And some of the offseason concerns, questions, which I think were more than fair. Keegan kind of fit in nicely if you wanted to kind of do a pecking order last year where you go, okay, it's either Fox or Sabonis, option 1, 2, whatever, 1A, however you want to word that. But then Keegan kind of felt like the next scorer of this team. And some nights it was Barnes, some nights it was Monk, but that's kind of, at least in the starters, that's where you felt it was, and Herter would fit in there too. And then this year, when you had a gifted scorer like DeMar DeRozan, one of the great scorers the league has and has had, I mean, he's a top 30 scorer all time, and the Sacramento Kings have him. He's a future Hall of Famer, 6-time All-Star. I mean, he's scored everywhere, San Antonio, Chicago, and where it started in Toronto, and now with the Kings. So is that going to hurt Keegan's growth? Where will his touches be? Are they kind of slowing him down at the expense of adding a guy like DeMar DeRozan who has to get his touches? And I don't think that's happened. I mean, I think you're still getting a really good version of Keegan. I still think there's more offense that he has out there, but he's become a really important rebounder of this team. 4 double-doubles already, as I mentioned, only had 8 last year and 4 in his rookie year. And a defender, which that started to happen last year, but he is really, really grown in that role too. And so post-game, you get a lot of comments from the head coach of the Kings, Mike Brown, talking about what Keegan's doing. And let's hear him first kind of address Keegan's growth as a player.
Unbelievable work ethic. I mean, he's in the gym all the time in the off season, whether he's here or even if he's in another state, he's finding a way to get to the gym to work on his game. And, the sky's the limit for him. He's, again, I just said this, he's a power forward / center that transitioned to a small forward / 2 guard. That ain't easy for you guys that have been around. That is hard, especially the way we play. And so the longer he's in the league, the better he's going to become because of his work ethic, because of his determination. And when you have that at that size, man, the sky's the limit. I'm excited for not only him right now, but also for his potential going forward.
Yeah, from the chat line, Keegan Murray is developing into a 3-and-D player right before our very eyes. It's true. It's true. I mean, I know a lot of people say the Kings need a 3-and-D guy. They've got him. They've got a couple of them, honestly. Keon Ellis and Keegan Murray. Now, they're different sizes. They do different things at different times on the court, but they kind of have a couple of them, which is really, really important. Let's hear more from Mike Brown on Keegan, the fact that he has the ability to play different positions.
The crazy part about it is we've been doing it since he arrived here. He's played the 2, he's played the 3, he's played the 4. Maybe one day we'll play him at the 5. I don't know. I don't think we'll ever play him at the 1 though. But his versatility is just it's amazing for a young guy that again was a power forward on the collegiate level. And then, on top of that, he was a 2-star recruit coming out of high school too. So his transformation is all about him and his work ethic and his will and determination to become the best player he can possibly be. And he's just starting to scratch the surface a little bit. Look out.
What's so great about watching Keegan too is there's such a humbleness to him, a hunger to be better. Coach is talking about the work ethic, and I think it's happened. And I think his life has been about improving. I mean, as Coach said, if you're a 2-star recruit, that's nice, but that's not, the McDonald's All-American high school guy that can go to any college he wants, maybe even go straight to the pros. Goes to Iowa. He's behind, a national player of the year at one point in Luke Garza, then kind of makes his name. And he's got a twin brother that's also, in a pro prospect. That's hard to kind of establish yourself. Then he gets here with a team that's already got Fox and Sabonis, 2 bona fide players and all-stars. It's like, okay, where's my spot in this league? And then he's finding it, and he's just getting better and better, and he's going to continue to work. He's kind of a coach's dream, I would say. I mean, the coach has been tough on him, has been critical of him, but he's getting results. And let's hear Keegan about his own game and how he really has made it an effort to get to some of those rebounds.
Yeah, I mean, we're one of the smaller teams in the league, so whenever I can just fly and use my athleticism to go up and get a rebound, I just go and see what happens. So
I think we talked during preseason about the offensive rebounding focus, and you talked about like the reckless abandon that you are enjoying going up with. How much fun is that to have this kind of challenge of a stat that is very, very important, but maybe a little less popular, to be able to do something like that and be that important for this group?
Yeah, I think like I've gotten stronger, so that's helped a lot. I mean, my brother in Portland he kind of just flies and gets rebounds, things like that. So just watching him and things like that just helped me kind of figure out that obviously just fly and get a rebound. And if you do that, the ball's going to reward you in some way. So.
Well, again, a desire to get better, an ability to do it, and continue to come through for the team. It's been fun to watch Keegan Murray's growth. And Keegan added one more thing, at least on the victory, and he pointed to that difference-making final 12 minutes. Here's Keegan on the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I think our overall aggressiveness on the ball, our help side defense was a lot better in the fourth quarter, and that kind of affected them missing shots. We limited them to one shot, which was big for us. And then we got it going on the other end with DeMar hitting big shots and kind of just silencing them in a way.
Yeah, I mean, 33-14 in closing time, the final 12 minutes. I mean, DeMar was sensational. He was a great closer. Fox hit some big shots too, but it was really DeMar DeRozan on the offensive end, but it had to be done collectively, defensively. So after giving up 39 in the third, the Kings did respond with the 14 points in the fourth allowed to the Raptors. Mike Brown noticed that and talked about the team defense.
Our team defense was really, really, really good. It was good. It was at an extremely high level. And again, you know, when we're able to defend, we have a lot of different guys that can step up and score for us. So when we're able to defend at a high clip, it's going to make the game a lot easier and more enjoyable for us because we're going to score. So fantastic job closing the game in the fourth quarter, team defensively, and then DeMar and our execution down the stretch.
So, you know, here we are. We're kind of at another reference point. You kind of just check in, I would say, on the standings. It's still very, very early. I mean, today is what? It's now been 2 weeks. That's it. 2 weeks of the NBA season. The Kings started 2 weeks ago today, was the home and season opener. So they played 2 weeks of basketball.
And it's been 1 week since you looked at me.
And they're 5-3. And that 5-3 in the West puts them in a tie for fourth. They were in a group with Houston and Dallas and Denver. I did wonder before the year, like, what would be the number of wins needed to be in the top six? Where's the floor of the six? Like, is it going to be logjam all the way through the year, like a lot of people think? And it still could be very much that way. Or is there going to be a team or two that races out and gets to a lead and just kind of gets to maybe 65 wins? And you're like, well, that's clearly the best team in the West. Right now, you've got, you know, OKC finally lost last night. They were undefeated. But you got three teams at 7-1 in the Warriors, in the Suns, and in the Thunder. I had high expectations, honestly, for the Suns coming in, so that one doesn't surprise me. Thunder doesn't surprise me. A little surprised by the Warriors, though I think their funeral was far too early for some. I thought they were going to be better than some had reported. I saw a lot of people didn't have them in the top 10. So I thought, that's interesting. I don't think they're down in that other group, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. And if you look at the bottom, I think it's believable where the Jazz are at 1-6. You got the Blazers and Spurs down there at 3-5. The one that's a little surprising at the moment, and it's understandable, is New Orleans. And this goes back to stuff we've talked about before. I mean, they're 3-6. They were a good team last year. Obviously, they tormented the Kings, beating them 6 times. And we've said it before. The Kings were, 0-9 against New Orleans and Houston last year. I mean, 9 games against those teams, and they lost all 9. 3 to the Rockets, 6 to the Pelicans. But for the Pelicans right now, I mean, they are just depleted. And they're 3-6, and so it's, like the Warriors played them twice. That's the right time to play them. The Kings play them 3 times in 8 days and not till February. So sometimes you get the benefit of the schedule. Sometimes you're on the wrong end of it. But New Orleans doesn't have C.J. McCollum right now. DeJounte Murray right now. Herb Jones has been out. They are really banged up. Zion missed a game the other day. He was back last night. Really, the only starter they've had consistently has been Brandon Ingram. So they are going through it, and they have had a tough stretch, and you just try to see if you can, for those teams that are playing them, take advantage of that. But I think for the West, right now in the early returns, 2 weeks in, you got 3 teams that have run out to it early, but I think the Kings are doing a good job of restoring order after losing the first 2, winning 5 of the last 6, feeling pretty good about what they've got, and now you're just trying to improve all those elements. Less turnovers. Hopefully they've got a night where they shoot the ball better, or nights like that. I'd still like to see the bench kind of a little bit more locked in with what the starters have been doing, but it's getting there. And just keep working at it. Keep working at making these free throws at a high clip, becoming the best free throw shooting team in the league, which has been a stunning turn of events for the Kings. And, beat the teams they're supposed to, whatever that means to you. And then, get as many road wins as you possibly can. So far, so good. Clippers coming in Friday. We got more on that. We'll tell you also what to be checking out tonight. What to watch is coming your way. And still, we got crosstalk with Styles and Watkins and wrap things up with celebrity birthdays. So a lot more to get to in the final half hour of the show as we continue right here on Sacktown Sports.
The only place you'll find Keegan Murray is Sacktown Sports.
Out to Keegan Murray, straight away for 3, and Keegan knocks down the triple.
Hey, Sacramento, it's Keegan Murray, and you're listening to the home of Sacramento Kings, Sacktown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
Hey, we know there's some things that have happened in your past, everybody's past, right? We were all younger once, and maybe we made some mistakes, something that maybe we weren't proud of, and maybe it wasn't even as big of a deal, but it's a mistake that's followed you around, something that you would like removed from your record if at all possible. Well, that's called an expungement, and that's something that can happen, that does happen, and is being done right now, thanks to the law offices of Jonathan Gonzalez. He is in downtown Sacramento. His office is right there. You can call him, you can get to him, you can communicate with him, and you can see the results that he has had for many, many people out there. So that expungement, what can that do for you? Well, for some, it can get them a new job. It can get you your constitutional rights back. And it's just something that probably is something that's been hanging on around your neck, right? You feel like you just want to get free from that. Well, let it help you out. The holidays can be tough for some, but we also know that expungement can really help you out coming up in the holiday season. And right now he's offering discounts on expungements now through Christmas. Call 916-304-9187 to find out more. You can also go to sacklegaldefense.com, and he can help you in many, many ways, whether it is an expungement, auto accidents, sexual harassment cases, wrongful termination. He's there for you. It's the law offices of Jonathan Gonzalez, 916-304-9187.
Welcome back to another exciting game day. Grab your rally towels, throw on your jerseys, cheer, shout, and save on your gas. That's right, sports fans win big on home game days. Score instant savings of 25 cents per gallon on Shell V-Power Nitro Plus Premium Gasoline with the Fuel Rewards program. And that's a victory for you and your tailgate team. Download the app, join the Fuel Rewards program today, and game on. Restrictions apply. Limited time. At participating Shell stations. For more details, visit fuelrewards.com.
Facts are facts, and the facts show that for eliminating hip, knee, back, leg, and foot pain, it's the Good Feet personalized arch support system, clinically proven to provide significant pain relief in only 4 weeks. Good Feet arch supports are designed to help put your feet and whole body back in pain-relieved proper alignment. Good Feet arch supports are HSA and FSA eligible. Book your free fitting at Good Feet in Sacramento, Roseville, and Vacaville.
Rod Thomas has special intimate performance.
I don't wanna be lonely no more. I don't wanna have to pay for
benefiting Sidewalk Angels Foundation. One night only, Saturday, November 16th, the venue at Thunder Valley. Rod Thomas, live. For tickets now, visit ThunderValleyResort.com.
O'Reilly.
Check engine light on? Take the guesswork out of your check engine light with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free and provides a report with solutions based on over 650 million vehicle scans verified by ASE certified master technicians. And if you need help, we can recommend a shop for you. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Mira, Jorge, let's bring the nail gun over here.
Jose stands tall atop his sustainable flooring company.
Totally. It's renewable and moisture resistant, but we have several green options too. or we got some beautiful reclaimed oak.
But floored by his success, he needs to hire more installers.
I need Indeed.
Indeed, you do. Put our matching platform to work so you can spend less time searching and more time connecting with talented candidates. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
All guests come to you from the Folsom Lake Honda hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Waking you up with the best in local sports.
They just make it interesting, you know?
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on Sacktown Sports.
Fox with an entry pass to DeRozan, and again they clear out the left side. He wheels, he fires, and scores again. Henry, I'm looking at everybody here, and we're all just shaking our heads in almost disbelief. 111, 102. DeRozan now at 25. Now to DeRozan, and again they leave him isolated on the left side. He looks and finds Sabonis in the paint. Backdoor cut, Fox. Sabonis hands it off to him. Fox takes it out on the wing. Scores a three-pointer! Two and a half plus to go. DeRozan drives right side of the lane. Little floater. Add two more to his tally. 11 for 21 from the field. 27 points. Darko Rajakovic taking a timeout. 2:32 to play. It's 120-105. Sacramento by 15.
The sweet sounds of the G-Man, Gary Gerald, calling out the closeout victory for the Kings. A lot of DeRozan in the fourth, sprinkled in some Fox, Murray, Monk, Sabonis, Herter, Ellis. Alex Len, by the way, haven't mentioned him much yet, was the defensive player of the game. He had his impact on the game. Kings got it done. Nice victory for Sacramento. Like we said, they've won 5 of their last 6, 5-3, rolling right along. So many things came through for Sacramento. One of the other areas, they had a great rebounding day. I mean, a phenomenal rebounding day. Good at the foul line, good rebounds, a lot of offensive rebounds. Let's get one more comment from Coach Brown on all those second chance opportunities.
We had 25 second chance points, and that was an area we got hurt in up there. If you combine the fast break points with the second chance points, we got hurt in that area up there. We at least, I think we ended up beating them by a couple, and it was a lot had to do with Keegan and Domas as well. The two guys between them had 11 of our 16 offensive rebounds.
You know, Chris, this is a question I'd like a response from you on what your opinion is, because like last night, for example, around the league, my own thought too going in was like, all right, I see you Warriors. I see what you're doing. You're 6-1, but okay, you're playing Boston tonight. Little reality for you guys. And then the Warriors played great. They won the game. They deserved to win. They were awesome. And when you win a game like that, and I think in their DNA, it's just they've been a championship team. Like they know how to win. They've been in these battles, and as much as people wanted to bury them after they lost last year, it's like they kind of know how to do it. And it doesn't mean they're going to win the championship this year, but like winning in Boston probably shouldn't come as that much of a surprise. So, you know, beating Toronto at home isn't the same equivalent for the Kings, but I feel like when I'm watching them now, I look at a team that just feels like they're confident. Like I think they believe they're pretty good. And I think that's important, not in a cocky way, but like, yeah, okay, we're down 9, let's go. Or, you know, whatever was going on in that 12-1 run in Miami late in the half, it's like, all right, whatever. They talk to each other, they respond. I just think these are all good little trends of a team that's building some confidence.
Yeah, when they were getting into those deep runs that Toronto was having, that didn't seem like there was there wasn't anybody really I guess Monk was a little frenetic.
Yeah.
But it doesn't feel like the team is just like, it didn't feel like there was a home run ball that they're really going for.
Right. And I think, again, that goes, I mean, I'm giving a lot of credit here to DeRozan, but a lot of that is like, all right, let's settle down. I can get you a 2-pointer. Like I'll get an important
Which
basket.
is what we've been begging for the last 2 years.
Right. And I think I'm going to go back to what I said literally when the Kings got eliminated by New Orleans last year in the play-in and then added DeRozan later. I go, man, I'm just going back to that game where, you know, the Kings were hurt. Herter was literally out. Monk was out. And in that game, they needed to find a way to get through. And like Fox was great, but Sabonis had trouble with Valanciunas, and Keegan was just okay. I'm like, God, they needed another guy like Barnes and Mitchell, and They just didn't get it done in Ellis. And then you go, man, what if they had DeMar DeRozan at that point? It's like, that's the other person. And I just see him helping in so many ways right now.
A lot of the things we were saying with the HB when he'd have like those 20-point games or whatever, it would be like, man, if we could just somehow get some consistency out of him, like not even getting 20 points a game, but like getting 12 to 15 and just being solid, but he would just like disappear. And it's great. I'm like love HB, love him, but like DeRozan isn't disappearing.
It's a different way, and it's a consistency. I mean, all 8 games as a King, he's over 20 points every single time. Last game, he passed Charles Barkley for scoring. He's coming up on someone else here soon on the all-time scoring list. He's going to pass a lot of names this year, and it's good to have him. It's good to have him, what he's doing, what Fox. And I still think, like I said, there's more for each individual, but you've got 3 guys playing like all-stars, which is pretty amazing. DeRozan, Sabonis, and Fox. And they've all been all-stars before, and that's what you got with highly talented players, all while developing Keegan Murray.
So this is funny. Do you know who DeMar DeRozan passed besides Charles Barkley yesterday?
Was it Steph?
Yeah.
Yeah, because Steph had missed a couple games, and so they're and that may flip-flop here for a while, but who's next on the list? He's getting somebody pretty
Allen
good.
Iverson.
That's it.
And Ray Allen.
Yeah, and I think that he can move up a few more if he has kind of his standard here, but I mean, he's getting into some pretty spectacular company, and he's just a professional scorer. The ability to get to the line as a weapon is pretty darn amazing for DeMar DeRozan. What did you see? You made a funny face looking at your list over there.
I'm just bad at math.
Oh.
I'm like, wait, he's up by 100. Oh, no, he's up by 10.
Oh, on Steph?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Steph's right behind him. So that may flip-flop here while Steph is returned, but we'll see. We'll see how that goes. All right, let's give you some things to watch tonight, some things to follow. Of course, the Kings are off today, but that doesn't mean you can't check out the NBA. I believe it's a lighter schedule just around the league. So many teams. Everybody played on Monday. Everybody was off on Tuesday, and a lot more were back in action. Yeah, just 3 games tonight. If you want to do some scouting, see what else is going on around the league. It's not the greatest of schedules tonight. You got the Timberwolves at the Bulls, 4-3 Minnesota at 3-5 Chicago. Surprising that this game is 2 teams at 1-6. That's the Jazz at 1-6. That's not that surprising. They're in Milwaukee against the Bucks, who are 1-6 and have not won a home game yet. And then you got the Blazers at 3-5 taking on the Spurs at 3-5. So those are your 3 NBA games to check out tonight. Also, what to watch? Thursday night football. We'll have that game right here on Sacktown Sports as well, as you've got the Bengals and the Ravens. We got that game tonight, don't we, Chris? The Thursday night game?
Got UC Davis basketball
Oh,
tonight.
that's right. I should have known that. Aggies hoops tonight, but you can still check out the Bengals at the Ravens. That's a really good matchup in the the AFC. And we talked earlier about the importance of where that division is right now. The Bengals trying to get back in the mix. You got Pittsburgh still at the top at 6-2, and the Ravens are just a team I think everybody is kind of scared of what they can be when they're right. They've had some good wins, and when they've been right, they've looked really, really good. So that should be a fun Thursday night game to check out tonight, Bengals at Ravens. All right, break time for us. When we come back, we bring in the fastest growing show in all of the land. Styles and Watkins will be in. We'll talk with the fellas. We also have celebrity birthdays before we wrap things up and turn it over to them. That is coming up here on Sacktown Sports.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave for American Energy Heating and Air with a question. Have you recently had a technician diagnose your HVAC system and you were a bit surprised at how much it cost? Or did something seem off about their quote? Because at American Energy, they take pride in giving you honest, straightforward solutions to get that system up and running. Have their qualified technicians come out and give you a free second opinion. It's free. You got nothing to lose but some dollars off of that original quote. They're making the uncomfortable comfortable. They've been doing it since 1981, serving the greater Sacramento area. A+ with the Better Business Bureau. That's why they keep having customers coming back for more and more and more. You can call them and set that appointment at 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Stinky clothes.
Rinse it out.
Every now and then I get a little bit tired of the stinks that just will never come out.
Oh, down in the rinse straight.
Every now and then I rinse it out. One wash and it delivers. One wash, it smells so clean. Downy Rinse and Refresh, it's a dream.
Downy Rinse and Refresh. Fights odor in just one wash. Guaranteed.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Black Friday is on its way at Fasteners Inc. Tool Outlet, and there's no better place to shop for all your power tools. Low price Makita Bear tools starting at $89. Makita batteries starting at just $49, and many more of the year's hottest deals. November 25th through December 2nd. That's right, one whole week of crazy deals on power tools. So don't forget, our Black Friday sale will be November 25th through December 2nd. Check us out at 6701 Power Inn Road or online at fastenersinc.net.
The holidays are always a great time to get together with family and friends, but nothing beats the thrill of Stockton Honda's deals. During Happy Honda Days, find the perfect ride in person or online. With over 400 new Hondas ready to go, now is the time to buy at Northern California's #1 Honda dealer, Stockton Honda.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
#1 claims based on 2023 total new and Honda certified pre-owned vehicle car sales from American Honda Motor Company sold on report.
It's time for the news of the day.
The latest headlines, the biggest stories, hard-hitting analysis.
Yeah, this is none of those things.
And now,
here's Carmichael Dave and Jason Ross.
What's that smell? We're going to see if we can identify it. No. Oh, sunflower seeds? Okay. We've got Styles and Watkins making their way in here. Good morning, Chris.
Hey, what's happening?
Oh,
Good
Watkins. Watkins. How are you?
Hi.
Hi.
Good.
Good? What do you guys both walked in, what's that smell? Hopefully good or bad? Because we had the paint smell a while ago.
It's
That's
better
gone.
than paint smell for sure. Yeah, it smells a little soupy, perhaps.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'll ask your guys, yay or nay. Hopefully it's not too overwhelming. It's probably in the trash. I've already consumed it. I didn't think it was
Tortilla
that.
soup?
I had stuffed bell peppers.
Oh, would not have guessed that.
Yeah, and so I asked Chris, I had one more. He goes, "Ooh, what's that?" I go, "Stuffed peppers. Would you want?" I was like, "No, it's too early."
It is too early.
What's the filling?
It had rice, it had chicken, it had, I think, spinach, and maybe...
It's not too early for that. That's Nate.
So why? I mean, I've kind of been of that mind, like, oh, it's breakfast. You got to have
a breakfast
eggs,
food
granola
item,
bar, cereal, fruit, whatever. But I don't know. Like, it was really good. And
yeah.
Does it have to be breakfast that early?
I think it's more of a stomach thing. If you can handle it, then you're good.
But like, is that different than like if we went to Black Bear Diner, had eggs, hash browns?
It's the eggs. It's literally just
Bagels.
the eggs that makes it breakfast.
Yep.
Yeah, but you
After
can have
11,
breakfast burger,
like
is just-
sausage. And
breakfast
bacon.
burger, 10 o'clock,
eggs,
or burger at 10 o'clock. Nasty. Throw an egg on it. Whoa,
Wow.
we're all
All of a
yeah.
sudden,
It's
yeah.
breakfast.
It's breakfast.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you should have threw an egg on it.
Oh,
Right.
well, that's fine.
Yeah.
And sometimes peppers could, I guess, have hash browns or eggs in it.
Leftover Chinese food, right? I'll throw an egg on it. 10:30 on a Sunday.
Yeah.
NFL football.
Breakfast fried rice.
But again, breakfast for dinner, acceptable.
That's also true.
Very acceptable. Yeah.
I almost
I don't know.
prefer breakfast for dinner than breakfast for breakfast.
Do you guys eat breakfast before you come in?
No.
Not really.
No.
Sometimes I'll stop at Starbucks.
So you guys haven't had breakfast by the time your show starts at 10.
A bar. I'll have a bar, 2 bars, a smoothie.
I try and
That's breakfast.
Yeah, then I've
Okay.
had breakfast.
Then do you
I
eat
try
during the
to.
show?
Today I haven't.
Depends.
Depends.
Did you bring in cup noodles?
I had the cup noodles because that's literally all I didn't eat breakfast, and I was like, if
You didn't get that
I'm
from the
gonna
vending
get-
machine,
He's
did
a
you?
college- he's a college kid
brought
over
that,
here.
Brought that from home.
That's
brought
right.
that at Safeway.
But if you, obviously you can't do it here, but get the cup of noodles, you can doctor it up, sriracha, soy sauce,
sure.
egg on it.
Egg, yeah.
And now that's gourmet.
It's gourmet, yeah.
So I
But
serve
do
my
you
wife
guys
first
normally
date.
eat lunch during the show or at some point during the show?
Well, I'm not allowed to because I stink up the studio, apparently.
Yeah.
Tuna or eggs?
Neither.
Broccoli.
Broccoli one time.
Oh, and your rancid Caesar salad.
I don't know what was going on with that, but I was okay.
Oh, you had a bad batch?
Yeah.
It was disgusting.
No, it was no. And no, it wasn't that bad.
And it was, I don't even know how to say it, like, loud.
What?
Like it just filled up the room.
So I don't. honestly, I'll run to the. I'll run to our kind of general space there. I'll heat something up and I'll eat it out there and then come back.
That microwave is frightening.
It's I would like.
They tried
a lot more.
sticking that into my
Your job
office.
duties. Oh, I was like,
and I was like,
here's
absolutely
another
not.
one.
And then you throw some of Emil's kombucha on it. And it's
oh
really
my
a
god,
party.
yeah, I'm sure it would. That might
It's
actually
really a
clean
party.
it. You get some vinegar in there. Jeez, man. Yeah, I would like for that outside area to be a little bit more of a community effort, but it's fine.
I just think it's homey.
Yeah, people
that.
definitely treat it like their house. That's definitely correct.
I haven't looked in that fridge in a while. That was my fridge. Not that it's.
Oh, it's Emil's fridge now.
Oh, what's in there?
Kombuchas.
12 kombuchas.
11.
Oh, just
11
drinks.
kombuchas.
No food in there?
Half open.
It's actually like 3/4 filled.
No, Chris, you got to say the best part. That
They're open?
They're open
3/4
because
filled. Yeah.
Because
he wants them to be activated.
Yes.
Essentially.
So they're all
There's
missing
like,
like this much.
Gross. Yeah. It's very gross. And it's a problem. And it's been in the fridge for legitimately like a month and a half now, and I think I'm sick of it.
So no one else uses it?
I mean,
do.
people would like to. You can fit in where you get in, but
Then he
get in
had
where
the
you fit in.
audacity.
Oh.
The audacity. Or was it him or Nate?
It doesn't matter at this point. It doesn't matter.
Somebody had the audacity. What happened was I brought in food, and then that day I didn't realize it was pizza and pumpkins. So I didn't eat the food, and then the next day something happened. 2 days, Jason. So, Alan, you're gonna eat? That's still in the fridge, man. You're gonna eat
It's
that?
still your food.
Crazy.
Was
we got
he-
Activation 02 going on with the kombucha.
Oh, he wanted it out, or did he want to eat it?
I think
wanted
they
it
wanted
out.
it out.
You know what? You guys can use my refrigerator in my
Wow. Thank you.
office,
Wow.
which is actually Simone's
That
refrigerator.
is also true.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's absurd.
It's crazy.
Absurd.
It's really crazy.
This will tie in because it's not a good birthday day.
Okay.
Oh, it's not? Wow. Shots fired. Are you serious?
Who do you have?
Friend of the station, Charles T. Hamilton.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
It's his birthday today.
Chucky Ducky Quack Quack.
And you're just throwing it away like
well,
that?
he's the biggest celebrity of all on this list. But we used to do this was national, what day
Yeah,
it is.
what
or
day
whatever.
it is, yeah.
I just wanted to land on one. Today is National Men Make Dinner Day. You guys cook at home?
I don't celebrate.
I'm a huge cook. You guys know I talk about Chopped, Hell's Kitchen, Master Chef. I'm a huge cook. This day doesn't mean anything to me because that's just I do
every
it a
day.
lot.
It's called
yeah.
a Thursday.
I'm going
right?
to try and gnocchi soup.
Oh, that sounds good. So, Chris, then this is for you because it says the main meal must include. This is for where was I? Let's see this. It's trying to get men who don't cook on a regular basis. The main meal must include a minimum of 4 ingredients. Inquire at least one cooking utensil other than a fork.
Okay.
The man does the shopping for all the necessary ingredients. Clean up as you go. Aprons are optional. Are you an apron guy?
No, but I
probably
want
should
one.
be. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty close to apron age.
Even grill. You don't
No, there's
apron when you grill.
There's an apron age?
No, I got the scars to prove it. You ever fried something with no shirt on? That'll make
your chest.
Can't say that.
That's
I have.
a mistake. That'll make a man out of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the best meal you think you've ever made, Chris?
Oh, I can throw it out for sure. I just don't like to do it. Let's see here. The grill is more my masterpiece. I'll cook you up some steak and mushrooms and asparagus. That's not like super obviously
go.
like
Maybe we have a cook-off.
I'm down.
Dave has been waiting for that.
I know.
We did a chop battle with me and my little sister.
And
my parents, they copped out. Said it was a tie.
Said it's
wasn't
both
a
so
tie.
good.
I have gotten rave reviews on my Chipotle Eggs Benedict.
Oh,
okay.
And I could make up a mean taco from time to time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Some light.
What if we had Nate and Kyle cook off?
It would definitely smell.
I think it's. I hate to say this, but I think
Nate's got that
clears.
in the bag.
Yeah.
Kyle wants to be in the eating portion.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Kyle will be a judge.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I know you're right, Chris Watkins.
think
Dave
what-
wants this to happen, huh?
Absolutely.
Dave,
I mean, this is
Dave
like
and
his
Alan, I
dream.
think.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
It's like,
Dave. He's gonna win,
He's coming back.
or
actually
he's
right
gonna
now, 'cause
complain
he's heard that we're
in
talking about
some
this.
way.
Yeah, that's what the rules.
Yeah, exactly. Well, anybody can make that.
I'm fascinated what Kyle could cook. It
I
would
think
either
your
be
cup of
really
noodles.
surprising where it's like, hey, Kyle can make a nice,
Ramen.
souffle or something.
I mean, if you can dunk and cook, that's kind of the perfect
Come on,
man right
get
there.
you a man.
0 for 2.
Get you a man who can cook and dunk. Come
Get
on.
you a man that can do both.
Yeah. What do you guys got coming up today?
Well, this Sac Republic situation announcement that's coming, we're going to air that live, so that'll kick off the show. And then 11:30, we have the return of the round table with Frankie Cardicelli, Brendan Nunez. That'll be a lot of fun.
That's right.
Thank you. And Frankie's already worried about any trades I'm going to cook up. I told him it's the first one, Frankie.
Let
You
him
don't got to
cook.
worry about it.
Yeah.
But if I was, so that's coming up at 11:30. Yeah, that's right.
Yes.
And then after that, we are going to get into some NFL with the Niners. Tom Brady had some things to say about one Brock Purdy. So we're going to break all that down.
Nice. And obviously last night, a nice dub for the
Very
Kings.
nice.
Took a little while to get there, but they got there.
Did you see going around social media the idea of can't believe we let Davion go for what we let him go for? And I saw somebody say, well, it kind of needed to because of to get DeMar DeRozan and how all that worked out. I mean, Davion played well, but
He played really well.
we can't sit here and complain about the logjam and then say, now, if you want to have a conversation about drafting Devin Carter to add to the logjam, sure, but I think a lot of people think Devin Carter's ceiling is higher than Davion's.
I think so. I think that's what, a general thought. And Davion was a good King, but I think also maybe
No video
underperformed.
tribute.
No video tribute.
No
Not even-
nothing.
nothing.
No
Not even like
acknowledgement.
They announced him at the beginning
He
of
was
the
a
game.
starter.
Yeah.
I'm actually, I'll save it for the show. You know what? I'll save it.
Hey, it's time for celebrity birthdays. Birthdays are meant to be spent with family and friends, and nothing brings family and friends together better than crumble cookies. By the way, happy birthday to Charles T. Hamilton. Happy birthday. No, let's go with on this date. In what year was the movie Elf released?
Ooh.
Not an elf guy.
Ooh. Whoa.
It is. It's overrated a little bit. It's funny, but it's
good. I would say the overrated part. Yeah,
the
it's good.
obsession is a
It's a
little much
modern
for
day
me.
Christmas movie, though. You know, there's not many of them.
You know, I'm a jingle all the way guy. So
Oh,
You are
100%.
very much.
I'm gonna
I think that was
say
the first thing you two bonded.
I
over.
know. They totally did.
I will say our 90s movies are
You're the
we're
same
pretty
Spot on.
locked.
same
Yeah,
guy.
yeah.
okay.
The Mighty Ducks.
I'm guessing 06, but there was a guy wearing an old school Mighty Ducks Conway.
I saw
jersey.
him.
I'll say 06 for
2003. We gotta go.
Ooh, that's a great guess. I'll say 07.
2003 is correct. And
Wow.
last one
03?
birthday.
That's
Sonny
crazy.
Gray. Sonny Gray.
Whoa.
Vanderbilt.
42.
No, I think he's around. I think he's pretty close to my age. I'm gonna say he's 35.
43.
Really?
Correct answer. 35. Alan
Really?
Styles. All right, Styles
Wow.
and Watkins next.
You know how it goes down, man.
Sacktown Sports 1140 has you covered all year.